just some guy.
Some guy? Oh, he's just some guy. Oh, he's just some guy. That's all it is. Just a friend. Don't forget the thumbs up. Oh, friend. Oh, your friend. Friend. Oh, friend. He's my friend. Oh, friend. Oh, friend.
Fuck you, but where's the beer?
Friday. Hello. We're back. We're going to watch some freaky shit. Hopefully.
Friday.
We're
going to watch some freaky shit. We're back.
I'll probably start off some Reach Top 5 and then probably move on to some other stuff just for a bit of a change.
Because we don't want to do the same thing every time, do we?
So, without further ado, pick a video. So that one's not been watched. 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 Let me just check. Wow. Okay, bear with me, guys. I know what the issue is. Okay, bear with me, guys. I know what the issue is. Okay. That echo is phenomenal. I know what the issue is. Okay, echo is with me, guys. Phenomenal. I know what the issue is. Okay, that echo is phenomenal. Okay. And there we go. That's better, isn't it? That's better. I was like, what the hell is that noise? What the hell is that noise? But it's sorted. Actually, I need to stop monitoring that. Otherwise, that's going to echo to me constantly. There we go. There we go. Hopefully, that's it for technical issues tonight. Hopefully. Don't count on it, Woody. Don't count on it. Right. Let's get started. Come on, Nuke.
In Florida, young mom Haley Kinney is woken up by her 3-year-old son who says he's seeing something in their house. As he keeps insisting there's a presence in the bedroom, Haley starts recording to document this strange moment. She ends up catching something truly disturbing.
What is it? Baby, there's nothing in here. There's nothing in here. Okay, I don't see it.
See something? Go on, kid. What are you seeing? Is it the reflection of the
As
mirror?
the toddler points toward the empty corner of the room, a few bizarre things happen that need to be broken down.
Did they?
First off, there's a strange, unexplained growl or whine from somewhere nearby.
Was there?
What is it?
I thought it was the kid.
Baby, there's nothing in here.
Next, as the boy points at the corner, something in the shadows quickly pops out twice before pulling back into the darkness. The boy's arm doesn't match the shadow's movement.
I thought it was a reflection of the finger.
His reflection.
I thought it was like the
Haley
shadow of the
says she
finger.
has no idea what her son saw that night, and she didn't even notice the strange things that she had captured on camera until later. But what was her son seeing in that dark
You sure that's not his
corner?
finger?
Paul Gorton is relaxing at home one day with his son Charlie when suddenly things start to get a little spooky.
What are you saying, Charlie? There's a scary boy where? What do you mean? What, are you doing pretend? Yeah, you're just playing pretend, aren't you? Do you want to show me? Show me then. Come on. You show me where he is. This is actually f***ing mad. Where? Where? In there? In there? Okay, get ready, Charlie. No scary boy. No, there's nothing there, mate. Do you want me to go in? Look. There's absolutely nothing in here. You've got nothing to be scared about. I've absolutely myself. There's nothing to be scared about. There's nothing here. That's just the bathroom. Nothing there, buddy. Yeah. That's just the shower. Never been more scared in my entire life. Oh my. See, told you, nothing there, mate. Perfect. Come on, let me see thee.
Charlie seems to be genuinely upset, repeating "scary boy" over and over. When Paul asked where the boy is, Charlie leads him to the closet. And understandably, it completely freaks Paul out. So could Charlie be seeing someone or something that Paul can't? You decide.
You decide.
Nathan in Iowa says his little girl has a playroom in their basement, but lately he's been hearing strange sounds from down there, even when no one else is home. He says that sometimes it sounds like footsteps climbing up the basement stairs. So one day Nathan hears some noise and decides to go down to film.
Nothing happening. That is a big toy room. Bloody hell. Huge. That's a bit weird. The cat in the dress. Fuck's that all about? And that's for that freaky fucking doll. Look at that. That's not right. If I ever have kids, they're banned from having dolls.
What are you doing there?
I got you good.
Oh, yes, you did. Oh, you got my heart good.
Do we see something now as it sweeps past something? Was that cat always there? Is that another one? Another cat in a dress? Oh, ball movement. Hello.
Nathan gets a little jump scare from his own daughter, but otherwise everything seems normal. But then, as he takes one last look down the basement stairs, a large ball suddenly flies toward him as if it was thrown by some invisible force. Since that day,
Seems like
the family
float
has
up and
moved the
hit
little girl's
something and-
playroom upstairs, and now they all try to avoid the
Levitation.
basement as much as possible. Safe at home, scary as hell. So first, let me note, in accordance with YouTube community guidelines, no one in the following clips were hurt in any way. So, Caroline Sasaki had just moved into her new home in Honolulu, Hawaii with her family a week earlier. One night, she's walking casually through her living room when this happens.
The fuck?
What happened?
Johan, how's it going? What the fuck just happened then?
A massive 5x5 foot boulder crashes straight through her wall, missing her by inches, and keeps going, smashing through the garage, hitting their car, and plowing into the bedroom. Carolyn breaks down crying in shock.
So it
but
just
somehow
rolls
she's
past.
completely unharmed. No scratches.
She was
no
lucky.
bruises.
She was lucky.
Basically, I'm in shock. I refuse to look at the video, so I'm not sure how close, but everybody's telling me, I'm lucky and, being, God is with me. And yeah, I'm thankful.
So yeah, the bad news is their new home is kinda wrecked. The good news is Caroline just dodged what would have been almost certain death by boulder.
Does house insurance cover that?
Next up, Twitch streamer CrispyMate is streaming live late one night from his home in North Carolina when something happens that shocks him.
Played a horror game as well. Go on.
Better? I thought so. Okay, well, I mean, obviously it's running less at the moment, so it's going to be better. Might...
Fuck was that?
Bro, I just got struck by lightning.
How? You're inside.
I'm gonna stop stream. Oh my god, dude.
Out of nowhere, a bolt of lightning strikes his house and travels straight through his computer and earbuds. He gets hit midstream, jolted by a shock right to the noggin.
Is that a
He says
thing?
it hurt, but luckily the lightning only gave him a light shock and no serious injuries.
The gamer, who goes by the username CrispyMate, says he was wearing earbuds partially made out of metal when lightning struck on July 19th outside his
Partially made out of metal. What do you think the wire's made out of, dickhead?
inside, caught on camera. When you watch the video back, I mean, what did you think?
Yeah, when I watch it back, I'm just very surprised. If you were to take like a gum
I mean, that is some perm he's got going on there. Fair play.
little zap, I got both the sensations, then all my vision went white, and then I bolted.
WRAL meteorologist Amy Wilmeth says lightning can travel through pipes and electrical wires.
You don't want to be attached to any kind of device that's attached to
Now you tell me.
a light socket or an electrical socket. Headphones connected to a device that's plugged into a wall, that's certainly a danger in an electrical storm.
So, new fear unlocked. Getting struck by
Did anyone
lightning
else know
while
that was a
sitting
thing?
home playing video games. Bag of terror. A construction
of
worker
terror.
and his boss are remodeling an abandoned house when things start to get really weird.
Good. That's what we like.
Ahora vamos para este cuarto que yo busco escuchando cantazos y eso. Uy. Hay algo que está sonando por ahí,
Sí.
brother. Ojalá, ¿qué fue eso?
No, what was the thing? That in a lightning storm, it can travel through your pipes and wires. If you've got headphones on, it can electrocute you. I didn't know that was a thing. And also, the music this thing's playing now is off the It's a Small World ride at Disneyland.
Compi. No, papá. No, chacho. Hay algo que... Compi. Mira, tú escuchas eso, ¿verdad? No, yo estoy asustado ya, compi. Hay algo que lleva rato sonando allá adentro y de momento, ¡pam!, dieron un cantazo.
It's a small world after
No
all.
puedo imaginar eso, compi. Ah, y en el cuarto ese, que llevo rato escuchando cantar y pensaba que eras tú, y cuando yo vine a ver, tú estabas ahí tranquilo, recogiendo algunas cositas, y me hecho, sentí como si me hubieran tocado. No, chacho, yo estoy que no puedo ni hablar. No, yo no veo películas de esas ya, compi. No, ahora en este, compi, en este. Escucha cómo suena.
World after all.
¿Tú estás escuchando eso?
Stopped. It's in his closet.
Yo creo que yo desde lejos, si acaso. Sí, estoy temblando, compi, yo no sé qué vaya. Cuidado, compi, que si yo cojo algo estaba cogiendo, tú sabes cómo es.
Get possessed and I'll run away.
No. Hija. Ah, qué caramba es
Fuck is that that's hanging?
¿Cómo tienen esa muñeca así? Como si estuviera mirando para abajo. Ay, bendito Dios, y sonando ya. Hola, me siento un calentón en este cuarto, compi, no voy a... Pero sigue sonando solo. Oh, y se mueve y todo. Ay, compi, ¿no?
It's a small world after all. That's the only line that I know. Is Shatner coming up on the screen?
You know? ¿Qué bajo ya?
I think it is.
Compi, pero ¿qué es eso, compi?
What the fuck is that? Oh, I just unbanned someone that was going to say banned. Stay banned. What is that bag? What is that bag? I keep unbanning that guy. Let's click off that. What is that? It's a...
No, si aquí no hay nacimiento, compi. Muñeco feo. Mira para allá.
I mean, you got a creepy pitch start off with, but... Whoa, hello!
While working alone inside, the worker hears the eerie tune.
What is that bag?
Room. There's a sudden loud bang, so he fetches his boss, and together they follow the creepy melody to a closet. Inside, they find a doll hanging upside down in what might be the creepiest plushie ever. It has an actual full-on baby printed on it. As they poke around the closet, it twitches and suddenly just launches right at them. But is this a real paranormal encounter in an abandoned house? Or
Put my head first as well. It went for him. Go on, son.
you decide.
Wow.
It's cold outside, but you can keep warm in some all-new Stop By merch. Now, of course, we have t-shirts, hoodies, and
Oh, that was
coffee
cracking.
mugs.
I enjoyed that
We
one.
also have blankets, pillows, and long sleeves.
Blankets,
We even get
pillows.
stockings, and wrapping paper. Anyway, shipping is free and be sure to order by December 10th to get delivery before Christmas. Go to
I need to get me some new Stop 5 wrapping paper.
Or, you know, like whenever you feel like it. Maybe after the video. Front Porch Frights. A family is relaxing on their front porch, enjoying the evening, when something unusual catches their eye. A young man walks past on the sidewalk, but the family says he, quote, didn't look real at all, which freaks them out enough to check their security footage. What they find is very strange.
It's see-through. You can see through him.
And yeah, the footage is very bizarre. The man looks like he stepped right out of the 1920s.
You can get that with glitchy cameras, though.
Suit and a fedora. He looks almost like a projection, and the cars behind him seem to show right through his body.
You can get
The
that.
family says they were understandably very freaked out.
Like, there's like a trail coming off him as well that you get a lot on crop cameras. You see the trail there?
Carla from Oklahoma
It's kind of
says
like
that she was
blurred.
hanging out on her porch with 3 friends after a long night shift. It's around 4 a.m. when something happens that creeps them out.
Inside, here we go. Here we go. I'm not worried. He's gonna grab his keys and you're gonna have to leave me.
I heard that. Yep, time to go in. Lock that shit.
What the is that?
The group hears someone whisper, "Hey, hey, hey." Kayla says the voice seemed to come from an empty abandoned shed next door. Everyone is freaked out and they jump up and hurry inside. Even creepier, when viewers watch the video, they notice something else. A faint whisper seems to tell one guy, "Shut the door."
Alright, I should have fixed the shot. Shut door.
Kyla says that strange
Hold on.
things happen around her house all the time, but this is the first time that anything has been caught on camera. Tales of terror. In these next few clips, we'll see dogs reacting to the supernatural. Now, to me, pets reacting to the paranormal always seems a little more believable. Because, well, how do you fake a scared dog? And
There we go,
people
nice
believe
working.
that dogs can see things that we can't. So,
Dogs and kids.
First up,
And cats.
unfortunately, this clip
Can
was
see things
posted
that we
without a
can't.
source. But the story goes that a young woman named Sarah had just moved into a new house. Ever since the move, she's been hearing strange noises, and her yellow lab has been acting terrified of certain rooms. One day, the dog refuses to go down the hallway, so Sarah starts recording. What she captures is unnerving.
He just keeps staring down the hall like he sees someone.
Oh, hello, shadow figure.
Now, unless your screen is really dark, you probably don't need me to ask, did you see it? Because
Yes,
some
I saw
dark,
it.
misshapen thing
I
seems
bloody
to
saw it,
twitch and
Nuke.
move at the end of the hall before vanishing into thin air. Sarah is so freaked out that she stops recording and the clip ends there. Without a source, we're left to wonder what became of Sarah and her dog, and what might still be lurking
Could be a
in the
shadow.
hallway.
Of who, though?
Next up, Reddit
Is it
user
who or
Kitty
whom?
Castro says her friend got a motion alert from her living room at around 2 a.m. And what the camera caught is strange.
Her shadow. The camera didn't. Oh, I'm seeing movement here. Oh, yep, you got like a white mist figure. Oh, it's over here now. Oh, is it back? Is it lighting adjustment for the camera? Oh, hello. It's fucking jumping about all over.
Outside of the frame, a hazy white form seems to float toward the little dog, who clearly wants nothing to do with it. But then, watch closely as he moves toward the kitchen. Another faint mist seems to glide by, and that's when the doggy is done. But what do you think made the dog decide to exit?
Let's get my hoodie off, guys.
Let me know.
I'm excited.
Reddit user SageMan123 says that after his friend moved into an old house with his little Boston Terrier mix Jackson, things quickly started to get weird. There were odd noises, objects moved on their own, and the dog began flat out avoiding certain areas in the house. One day, the owner notices the dog staring into a closet and decides to start filming. What he captures is truly chilling.
Truly chilling.
Jackson is like...
What is it, Jackson?
Focused on this right now.
Go get it, boy. This is an air fryer.
Like...
Dog food?
You alright? I know. I think something's wrong. I don't know. I hear noises, but I'm not even...
Well, hello. We got flying food in the house.
Are you f***ing kidding me right now? What's wrong with you?
We've got movement on the hanging stuff. Or is that wind? Might be wind.
Jackson. Jackson.
What is it, Jackson? Go fetch. Go on, boy.
What's wrong? There's banging and stuff.
Oh. Ghost's had enough. Just gonna bark at me, then bugger you. Closing the door. Ghost is standing for that shit.
After witnessing all of that, the man says he'd had enough. Not long after this, he put the house up for sale.
I mean, that didn't just fall off the shelf. That flew.
Creepy Kicks.
That flew.
Workers at Rock City Kicks, a shoe store in Fayetteville, Arkansas, say that weird things have been happening around the shop for a while now. But lately,
What, train on the chandelier? It's normal, isn't it?
Ignore.
Bang.
The stockroom
Got an arcade machine
on its own. The employee checks it out, but he doesn't seem too concerned. But just a week later, things at the small shop take an even stranger turn. Whatever it is in the store seems to be getting bolder.
So I'm wanting to see these fly off. That fell off. It didn't fly off. It fell off. And bounced. Whoa, hello. Was that on a bit of string? What's going on there then?
The salesman is helping a customer try on shoes when a Nike suddenly launches off the display wall and lands upright on the floor. As he bends down to
The word is Nike, Nuke. Nike. We don't call you Nuki, do we?
grab it, the shoe
Nuki's top 5.
Almost like it's being yanked. And
Yeah,
that,
it looked
both men just
fake as
fell
hell.
for it. And there goes the salesman dashing past the window. So, is Rocket City Kicks haunted, or is it all just an elaborate hoax?
An elaborate hoax, Nuki.
Shadows of Broadwell. The team from the YouTube channel 13th Floor Haunted Media Productions head out to investigate the Broadwell
13th Floor Haunted Media Productions.
Funeral home.
Come on, guys.
Without saying that it has a long
It's a bit wordy.
history and a reputation for some seriously unsettling activity. For this investigation,
There we go.
they split up. 2 investigators upstairs, 2 in the basement, and absolutely no one on the middle floor. And that is where things get weird.
This footage comes from
Bit of a mouthful.
security
That's what she said. Let's go.
As you can see, a shadow flies by quickly from left to right and disappears.
Oh, yes, yes, in the background. Over there. Yep.
2 in the basement, 2 upstairs. This footage is from the main floor where nobody was present at 11:57 p.m. It is the clear outline or shadow of someone. But the main question is who?
Ooh, I knew it was going to say that.
Here
I
is a
bloody knew it was
freeze
going to say
frame.
that.
Clearly, it is the outline
Get you
of a
back.
person.
One of the stationary cameras on the middle floor captures something strange. A dark, shadowy figure gliding along from left to right before disappearing into thin air. The investigators rewatch their footage later and are shocked by what they captured. So, is this one of the Broadwell Funeral Home's former clients? Let me know what you think. Ingaka. Late one night, a security guard at an under-construction building in the Philippines hears strange noises coming from the upper floors and heads up to investigate. Things quickly take a terrifying turn.
A terrifying turn. Oh, I've seen this one. There's something... Have I seen this one? No, I haven't seen this one. I'm looking at that scaffolding, though. There's going to be someone on that scaffolding that shouldn't be there. Maybe not. Maybe not. Come on, mate. It's only a few steps. Parang may nagalakalan. Okay. Every time there's one of these corridors, there's always a little head pops out of one of the doorways and pops back in. Always. Or they walk past the room and there's someone sat in a chair in that room. And then they look back and he's gone. Always one of the two. Let's see what it is this time. She was enjoying herself.
As the security guard climbs the stairs, the video captures strange whispering, a croaking voice that urges him in Tagalog to "Hoy, magingat ka," or in English, "Hey, be careful." The guard says that in the room he entered, a semi-transparent little girl appeared in the dark and started wailing and sobbing.
I didn't see her.
She isn't visible in his footage.
That's convenient.
You can hear her sobbing as he runs from the room in terror. A few days later, the guard claims that he saw the little girl again in another dark room of the building. He managed to quickly grab his phone and snap this picture.
That's quite cool.
Scurry videos.
Yeah, that could be anything.
These are the
That's
videos
quite
that
cool.
I happened upon that are weird or funny or just odd. First up, this one was a toss-up as to whether it should be in the regular list or in the weird videos. But here we are. So, someone is at a graveyard and they see this. Now, one thing to notice about this video is that all the other gravestones have snow around them. But these turkeys have been doing their creepy little turkey ritual, or whatever this is, for so long that they've
cool,
actually worn through the snow around this tombstone. So I don't know what the hell is happening here. But if you know, put it in the comments. Next up, last month was Halloween and people got festive and scared the shit out of each other. Sometimes by accident.
Like literally, that it's you can't do that in October to somebody.
Is that a bit like someone stood down there?
Like literally, a Quaker standing at the door in October.
And the viewer replied back with this. That is terrifying. Next, another video in the kinda late Halloween spirit. I give you the creepiest Halloween decoration that I have ever seen.
Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
That would freak you the fuck out.
That worked great! And that's all for this week. By the way, today marks the 10-year anniversary of the Nuke Stop 5 channel.
Congratulations, Nuke.
And I once read that if you do something for 10 years, you are officially an expert. So, I am now a scary video expert. Thank you. Anyway, thanks for watching, and thanks for 10 great years. I'll see you next week.
What did you reckon then, guys? Right. I'm going to move off Nuke for this next one. This next one's going to be a long one, but it's one I've been wanting to watch. If anyone watches Nexpo, Him, another guy, Nick Crowley, they do some like awesome dark videos. Quite documentary-esque. Documentary-esque. Is that a word? I'm making it a word. It's a word. I'm having it as a word. I've decided it's a word. It's not an official word. It might be a word anyway. Who knows? Right. Apparently, there's a story about haunted PlayStation 1 demo discs. Who knew? So let's watch this one about that. This is 3 years old, but I've not watched this one, so we'll watch it now. It's going to be a long one, but they're normally definitely worth it. And I love like the music and stuff he uses as well. Like it makes anything creepy. This contains spoilers for each demo. Okay. Sorry, I'm late, boo boo. No worries, Jay. Why do I have captions on? Not have now. Go on, son. Gotta love the music.
In the past few years, a trend has cropped up centering on something very dear to me. It's a type of horror that is difficult to explain.
Jay's lurking.
It's one of those things where once you're in it and really...
You put too many K's in lurk, Jay. You put too many K's in lurk.
Allow me to introduce you to a little something called PS1 horror, an entire genre rooted in the idea that, for those of us who grew up during the era, the ambience and graphic fidelity, or lack thereof,
He's lurking, people. He's lurking.
Titles had set a very specific mood that bordered on being unsettling, even if the source material wasn't.
Definitely user error.
The maddening, low-poly silence of Shadow Man, the absolutely haunting rigidity of Juggernaut, and the surreal, unexplainable amalgamation that is LSD Dream Emulator has made for an entire generation of games so unintentionally scary that they've spawned an entire genre of modern titles that have set out to emulate the conventions the PS1 brought upon us. The developers behind Puppet Combo and Chilla's Arts are some of my personal favorites employing this style, and I highly suggest you check their games out if you're looking for more after this video. Tonight, however, I would like to focus on something special. A new Halloween tradition that I would like to start with you guys, centering on a little something called the Haunted PS1 Demo Disc. The Haunted PS1 Demo Disc is a collection of PS1-like demos curated each year into a free downloadable file on itch.io. These compilations began in 2020 and tended to recreate the old-school feel of classic PS1 demo discs that were so incredibly popular back in the day. The difference between those and these, however, lie in the fact that within those from Haunted PS1, the games are intricately crafted to feel haunted, to frighten you, to give you that sense that something isn't right.
That's Silent Hill.
Unlike traditional demo discs of yore, Haunted PS1 establishes a very specific mood for each of their collections. For instance, in the 2021 release, the games were tied together through a very interesting hub world museum run by this cheeky fellow named Scully. He essentially gives us free reign to check out his barren museum, chock full of liminal spaces, a deafening silence, dim, unsettling lighting, and this unbridled sense that someone is watching us.
It's amazing the atmospheres bad graphics can create, isn't it?
It's a game within a game, and I think that's what makes the Haunted PS1 demo disc so special. They foster exploration, replayability, and consistent discovery at your own leisure. And even hold secrets for those willing to entertain the game's puzzles, because yes, these hub worlds have them. And yes, they're pretty damn cool. Now, with that being said, we are 3 years late to the party, and throughout the reign of Haunted PS1, tons of incredible experiences have come out of these annual releases. Tonight, you and I aren't just going to dive into this year's disc, because we're doing all three. Throughout the past month, I've gone and played through each demo that has come out so far, and I've gone through the impossible task of hand-selecting 3 of my personal favorites from each year. You and I are going to go in chronological order from least to most recent in hopes of exploring some of the creepiest, most unique, and mind-melting experiences that have come out of this project so far.
So is it just haunted by name, or is there something
9 games in total,
inherently
3
creepy
years.
about it?
So grab that candy bulb, shut off those lights, and kick back. Because tonight, you and I are diving down the abyss of the Haunted PS1 demo disc. Roused by the crackle of static, a lingering sense of dread crawls across the floor. You sit alone in your room. A dimly lit memory repeats in your head. 17 demos too horrible to describe keep you from your bed. Each one a personally crafted nightmare. You've tried to tell the others, yet no one understands. A CRT you don't remember owning flashes to life. Frozen in place, you look upon the flickering screen to spy a dismal, bloodied scene. A cracked and faded jewel case sits close beside. A pale gray plastic box sits in front, emitting a low whirring noise. Will you take to the controller, or let yourself be taken over? Contrary to the others, unfortunately the collection for 2020 isn't banded together by any sort of fancy museum or mall. But that's okay, because we're here for the demos anyway, and also this menu is pretty damn cool. First up on our journey is a game called Filthbraid, created by a dev named B. Zoroza, and described as the following. Filth comes crawling out
Let
of
me
the
just
grass.
check the comments of this.
Let's get to it.
Oh, it's just about like horror games. It's not creepy in the slightest.
Filthbreed is a short game.
Oh, that's
It's
not
one
good.
that packs a hell
I
of a
think
punch.
we should pick a different video.
Here, we take the role of an amateur.
Because he's just going to be playing a load of different games. And we want to see creepy shit, not play creepy shit. Let's have a look at what Nick Crowley's got that I've not seen yet. You can see I've watched a lot of his videos. Find one I haven't seen, Nick. Come on. I mean, these videos are all fucking brilliant. Into its darkest corners. I've only watched a little bit of that. Does that sound good? Yeah. The Lake Neos incident. That one sounds good as well. Only half an hour and 20 minutes. We'll do them both.
On daredevil acts.
Right.
Throughout my time here on YouTube, I've spent countless hours searching for dark, obscure content from all across the web. And out of all my morbid findings, only about 1% of them have actually been turned into videos. This happens for a few reasons, like some of the material being just too disturbing or too graphic to talk about. But mainly, it's because a lot of these topics I found don't really warrant a full video, at least not on my channel. So rather than just holding on to these topics forever, I decided to start a new series here and share with you all the chilling internet content that I've compiled throughout the years and will continue to compile for years to come. So join me in this new venture as we dive into the internet's darkest corners. Before we dive into this, I have to give a huge shout out to our amazing sponsor, Shudder. Shudder is the ultimate streaming service for all fans of horror, which chances are, if you're watching this video, that includes you. Shudder is essentially Netflix for scary movies, as it has the fastest growing selection of thrilling and dangerous entertainment. Shudder's expertly curated collection includes must-see titles like Vicious Fun, The Mortuary Collection, and PG Psycho Gorman, plus all of the best horror documentaries and the hit Creepshow TV series from executive producer Greg Nicotero of The Walking Dead. As part of Shudder's annual 61 Days of Halloween, they have actually released the latest installment in the VHS franchise, VHS 94, which is by far one of my all-time
In the end, you'll decide the ultimate winner. And some things you just shouldn't see.
It's been over 15 years since the premiere of the now hit show America's Got Talent, a competition program centered around finding the top entertainers in the country. But despite the show's huge popularity, I was surprised that I hadn't heard about its upcoming spin-off, which was set to air fairly soon. The show is called AGT Extreme, which focuses solely on daredevil acts. A premise that has subsequently caused a bit of a stir online, as having a competition focused on extreme stunts means that people will take things further and further to win, which would lead to their performances getting riskier and riskier over time, pushing the envelope and heightening the danger. With this in mind, many critics have called out the show for how dangerous it could become, and as it turns out, even before the first episode has made it to air, these critics may have already been proven right. On the 15th of October 2021, TMZ would publish an article outlining an incident that had recently happened on the set of the show. The accident supposedly involved 41-year-old Jonathan Goodwin, a man who had performed on AGT before, where he attempted other life-threatening challenges, all of which had gone off without a hitch, but this time was different. The article wrote, Jonathan Goodwin, a daredevil stuntman on the new America's Got Talent Extreme, suffered brutal injuries after a stunt he attempted went horribly wrong, and it was so bad, people on set thought he was dead. The article would then go on to explain the stunt that Jonathan had attempted to perform and how exactly it all went wrong. Goodwin was suspended 70 feet in the air in a straitjacket, hanging by his feet from a wire. 2 cars were suspended on either side of him, swinging back and forth. The stunt was for Goodwin to free himself from the restraints, and then fall on an air mattress and avoid getting crushed by the cars as they swung in the air. Then something went horribly wrong, and the cars smashed together, sandwiching Goodwin
We're gonna
between
see it?
them. The impact caused the cars to explode, erupting in a gigantic fireball. Goodwin fell to the ground and hit his head. The article then mentions that Jonathan's exact conditions weren't known, but that his injuries had been incredibly severe, having to be airlifted to a nearby trauma unit. The scene described sounded absolutely crazy, as the stunt Goodwin had performed sounded unlike anything I've ever seen before. And following the release of this story, curious readers wanted to know more, as they wondered whether the ordeal was filmed, and if that footage would ever get released. But according to
YouTube
the
won't allow
article,
it,
this
though,
had
surely.
happened on the day of rehearsal, meaning that there was no live studio audience, and the cameras potentially weren't even rolling. And even if the show had been filming, it seemed highly unlikely that they would ever choose to release this footage. However, As it turns out, during the whole event, another camera had actually been recording on set that day, which just so happened to capture the entire thing. It's unclear who was behind the camera, though many believe that it was likely a staff member who had pulled out their phone to film the act. And somewhat unsurprisingly, just days after the initial report, this very video would emerge, quickly spreading to practically every social media site across the internet.
So that's him hanging there. Oh.
The cars are then seen colliding together with extreme force, as Goodwin is pinned between them. At that exact moment, the pyrotechnics in both vehicles go off, causing a massive explosion. Jonathan would then collapse 40 feet to the ground below, falling headfirst. The video is horrifying, and it's easy to understand why people on set thought Goodwin had perished, as every time I watched the clip, I couldn't imagine how anyone could survive such a devastating incident. But shockingly, Goodwin would actually regain consciousness that very day, and despite suffering serious injuries like 2 broken legs and burns throughout his body, he doesn't appear to be in critical condition anymore, as he's even taken to his Instagram page to let his fans know that he's going to be okay. And though his road to a full recovery is clearly going to be difficult, it's still amazing to see him alive and in such good spirits. Following the news breaking on this story, and the video finding its way around the internet, America's Got Talent has halted production on the show, and it's currently unclear where they will go from here. Though if they do decide to carry on with its production, I personally find it likely that this won't be the last time we see an accident like this. Our next story takes us to an obscure Reddit post made back in September of 2020. The story was told on the Legal Advice subreddit, as the original poster, or OP, was seeking help on a situation transpiring with their neighbor. OP described the situation as follows. I live in a duplex with my husband and my son, who is only a few months old. My father-in-law owns half of the duplex and is renting to us, and the other half is owned by an older woman and her adult daughter. My father-in-law has known the woman for over 15 years and told us before we moved in that the daughter was mentally ill and had strong delusions on occasion that caused trouble with the previous tenants. The last tenants apparently had to get a civil anti-harassment order placed against the daughter, but eventually moved out when the behaviors never stopped. Apparently, the neighbor accused them of kidnapping and abusing their children, as well as abusing their dogs. My husband and I brought our son home a few months ago, and we didn't have any issues with the neighbor until about 2 weeks ago. She has begun banging on and throwing things at the walls when our son cries. She screams at us as well, but I usually can't hear what she's actually saying, you know, over the screaming baby. And the 2 dogs going absolutely ballistic because of the banging. It's absolute chaos, and it made my postpartum anxiety so much worse. Every time the baby cries, I experience intense panic, waiting for the screaming and the banging to start. We have called the non-emergency police line twice when I can't handle it anymore and I feel close to a meltdown. And the first time they talked to her and she stopped doing it as often, maybe once every 2 days. Tonight she is back and it is worse than ever. The air quality is so bad right now from the fires that I can't let the dogs out for long to stop them from barking. And the barking makes the baby cry harder, which makes the neighbors scream and pound on the walls harder. The officer I spoke with says that we can try to get a civil anti-harassment order placed, but he knew for a fact that her behaviors never stopped after the last tenants had tried that. And he says his unofficial advice would be to live somewhere else. Is that seriously my only option? We can't afford to move, but I can't keep living like this. The post was met with minimal engagement, as many glossed over the story, not thinking much of it, and those who did respond seemed to have a mixed reaction. Some actually sympathized with their neighbor, as sharing a wall with a screaming baby would obviously not be a fun situation, and especially for someone with a mental illness, who seems to react negatively to loud stimuli. While others found the neighbor's response to be fairly worrisome, as it was clear that the behavior had been escalating. But whichever side these commenters took, they all seemed to be in agreement on one thing, that there wasn't much OP could do. other than simply move out. And with that, the post quickly faded into obscurity with no resolution to be found, quickly being lost in the endless content of Reddit. But surprisingly, the story wouldn't end there. In fact, nearly 7 months later, an update would be made, thrusting what was once an unknown story into the limelight. OP's post read, "Update. Neighbor bangs on shared duplex wall when baby cries." My first post never got much attention, but the outcome was pretty wild. In October of 2020, my husband and I were renting a duplex where my father-in-law owned the half we lived in. We brought our son home from the NICU in August, and towards the end of September, the neighbor, 40-year-old female, started to pound on the shared wall if she could hear him cry. The pounding escalated over the next 2 months. The neighbor bought a megaphone
babies are gonna
through
cry.
the wall
It's just
and
a fact
threatened
of
to
life.
rip us
Deal with it.
apart. She called us child predators, and she'd yell obscenities and threats until 3 or 4 in the morning. The police were called multiple times, but they responded that nothing could be done about it. One officer said, "I'm going to kill you. See, it doesn't mean anything if I don't actually do it." The elderly mother
Really?
hadn't been seen in several months, but requests for wellness checks were brushed off. The general advice I got was that as renters we couldn't do anything. It was also suggested that this was reasonable behavior, since the baby crying was probably really annoying. Since my first post, we moved in with my grandmother for our safety. The neighbor ended up busting a softball-sized hole through the shared wall to scream at us, and occasionally just stare at us. The smell that came from that hole was indescribably bad. Our security cameras recorded her coming to my son's nursery window at around 2 a.m., almost daily, just staring and holding her cat. It took until the end of January for police to finally be able to enter her property. The elderly mother had been deceased since at least June, and the daughter had the corpse dressed in her Sunday best, rotting in a dead-bolted bedroom. The news article said that the mother died from natural causes. The daughter was taken to an inpatient psychiatric facility.
Been dead for ages.
The update came entirely out of left field, yet this lady's timeline made perfect sense, as the daughter's behavior likely escalated not just because of the new child, but also because of the loss of her mother. And without her mother to care for her and keep her in check, it allowed her actions to go way off the deep end, as by the end, she had clearly become completely delusional. However, this is Reddit,
creepy.
and with Reddit comes a slew of fake stories designed to go viral, which alone caused many to instantly write this whole situation off as a hoax. But digging deeper, this doesn't actually seem to be the case, as some would find news articles outlining a virtually identical situation. On the evening of January 29th, a welfare check was conducted at the home of 65-year-old Cynthia Newman. The lady had not been seen in months, and it wouldn't take long for police to figure out why. One article wrote, "The body of Cynthia Newman, 65, was found in a reclining chair with a pillow under her head and body. She was covered in blankets in an attempt to cover the body from sight. Newman's body was covered with insects and showed significant signs of decay, including exposed bone and places where skin was starting to peel off. It also appeared that animals living in the house had started to gnaw at the corpse." Also within the home was Cynthia's daughter, 41-year-old Jacqueline Bebout, who had been living with the corpse for over 7 months, never reporting it to authorities as she, quote, "didn't want to be alone." According to the articles written on this, Cynthia had died due to natural causes, though her daughter would still wind up being arrested on charges of failing to report human remains, with her sentence landing her in a mental health facility. But hearing this story side by side with these two threads, well, it all adds up, right down to the
all the
month
same
that she
story.
claimed it happened, leaving me without a shadow of a doubt that this was in fact real. And as I read OP's post once more, it becomes clear that the strong stench that she was smelling was the smell of a decaying
mother.
body. And with this context, what started as just an obscure, forgotten post on Reddit has now shifted into one of its more twisted threads.
Fucking horrible.
When someone dies, it means they're not alive.
How can you make Sesame Street seem sinister?
Reddit is
This
home
guy's
to
got
a
some
lot of
skills.
disturbing content, and it's here that we find another thread, with this one requiring no context for its darkness to be understood. The post was made to Ask Reddit, where a user asks, Redditors who know how much time they have left, how does your day look like? The post proceeded to go viral almost instantly, as hundreds of people flocked to tell their stories, with all of the top results coming from those who actually suffered from some type of terminal illness. One user wrote, ALS, rapidly progressing. Every day I get worse. Couldn't get my shirt on today. Not really enough strength and energy to eat, though I am being yelled at for losing weight. No pain, for which I am thankful, but unable to do most things we take for granted. I have T-Rex arms now, probably won't be able to walk or stand in the next few weeks. I am working hard to get the prescription for death with dignity. This is not how I want to live. I think I'll be lucky to make it to Christmas, more like early November at this rate. I don't want to live like this anymore. Another says, my days are a mixed bag. Some days I don't want to get out of bed, and when I do, I can't seem to find the energy to leave the house. I have tumors all over my spine, so when things go really bad for me, my legs will probably be the first to go. This is my time, and it took me a lot of dying before I could take a deep breath and let go of the stress of living. Sometimes the best thing you can do is crack a beer and watch some TV, and not feel guilty about it. It's easy to feel like you absolutely need to make each day count, but if I'm happy, I'm happy. The examples go on from there, as so many users have come together to share their experiences, and it's interesting to see how all of their answers differ. With some, they preach positivity, and somehow through it all they have found their inner peace, while others, well, are clearly struggling to come to terms with what will soon happen to them. With most feeling guilty for what they have put their families through, and what their families will soon go through once they're gone. It's all just horribly depressing, and unfortunately, it's far worse than I described. As I've left out one devastating note, with that being that this thread is actually over 5 years old, and those accounts that had shared their stories, both good and bad, have now fallen silent, leaving the accounts responsible for practically all of the top stories in this thread abandoned, with no updates in years. This thread is no longer a group of people sharing what their last days will look like. It's showing what their last days did look like, as it appears that the vast majority of them are no longer with us, succumbing to the fate that they knew was around the corner, leaving this as, in my opinion, one of the most painful threads I've ever scrolled through.
Wait till you see New York from our point of view. Spend a sunset.
Spelled impossible wrong there, Nick. Spelled impossible wrong.
It's rare to see so many people know how their future is going to turn out and the fate that lies ahead. But most of the time, the future turns out to be far more surprising than you can ever imagine, which leads us to a website called airliners.net, where 21 years ago, a group of users began a discussion centered around an impossible situation. But for just a brief moment in time, they pondered it, with the subject line reading, "If a 707 hit the World Trade Center." A user named MD90 starts the discussion by saying, when the two towers that made up the World Trade Center were built, they were designed to withstand the impact of the largest airliner of the day, the
21 years ago.
707 Intercontinental. The Empire State Building survived a B-25 medium bomber, crashing into it on a very foggy day. It was during the weekend when most people weren't there, but still, 14 people died. Anyone want to bet that the World Trade Center could survive a 767 impact? This post was met with the response, "Let's not try that, okay? One terror attempt was enough." From there, others chime in, with one adamantly saying, "My bet is no way. Just imagine a fully loaded airliner the size of a 707 slamming into any building. Think about it." And the discussion carried on from there. One person wrote a rather lengthy, well-thought-out response saying, if a 707 or a 757 slammed into the World Trade Center, it might be much more damaging than the case of the B-25 bomber that crashed into the Empire State Building. It is very doubtful any passengers or crew would have survived such a grim scenario. Also, there are probably more people per floor in the World Trade Center compared to the Empire State Building, so casualties in the building will likely be much higher. Another user responds by saying the structure itself would survive, as the buildings are surrounded by other buildings, and thus only a hit could take place high up on the structure, meaning not at or really near ground level. If it could somehow penetrate and hit the base, that would take it out completely, but a hit 500 or 600 feet up most likely wouldn't take out the whole thing. Within this thread was even an employee who had been working at the World Trade Center at the time, who chimed in stating, "I am working in downtown New York at the World Trade Center, and when someone is in the observation deck of the World Trade Center, you see planes approaching the LaGuardia Airport, not far away from the building. Sometimes you think that the plane is coming to hit the building, and I always think, what if a pilot crashes a plane on us?" The conversation eventually leads to someone saying, "The scenario is really hellish. I think the flight disaster record, Tenerife, 1977, 582 dead, might get reset by a lot. You would easily have 1,500 or more, since you would have 200 in the plane, at least 500 in the building, and a real shitload on the ground. If the building managed to fall, there might be 5,000 or 6,000 dead. Oh well, that's why they put AC lights on the buildings." This was the final message written in that thread. A thread based around an impossible situation, a situation that could only live in one's imagination, or at least at the time it was. Not even 1 year following this thread, 2 Boeing 67 planes would crash into the World Trade Center, forever changing the course of world history. The same planes that user MD90 had referred to when saying, "Anyone want to bet that the World Trade Center could survive a 767 impact?" And as it turns out, it couldn't.
And that's the history
Okay,
of the camera.
Elmo.
As part of my channel, I have a tendency to focus in on disturbing videos and channels. But recently, I've fallen down the rabbit hole of another form of media, photographs, and specifically final photographs, the last pictures taken in a person's life. And across the web, there are millions of examples of this, with an endless supply waiting in the future, as at some point, everyone will have their final picture taken, including you and I, whether we know it at the time or not. Many of the examples we can find today are heartbreaking or even inconspicuous, while others, well, are much more disturbing. On April 18th, 2021, a torrential rainstorm began to wreak havoc in Houston, Texas, along with many surrounding areas. The rain fell in excess of 24 inches within just a single day, flooding the streets and many of the waterways nearby, leading to roads being completely covered with feet of rushing water. And unfortunately for 21-year-old Darren Mitchell, he would be caught directly in its crossfire. After attempting to make his way home on Highway 105, the floodwaters quickly overtook the road around him, to the point that it was impossible for the car to move any longer, leaving Darren stranded in his vehicle at the mercy of the raging water that was rising quickly. And given the conditions of that road in particular, well, he knew rescue would likely be a long ways away. Before Darren knew it, the water had made it all the way up to the top of his car as it slowly began trickling in through the crevices. Growing increasingly helpless, Darren decided to call up his family just to tell him that he loved them, while also mentioning that he had managed to make it out of his car and that he believed he was going to be safe. Though sadly, this wasn't actually the case, as just minutes later, he would use his phone to snap this picture. He would then post the shot to Facebook with the caption, "And all I wanted to do was go home." Moments later, worried onlookers would witness Darren's truck begin to roll before flipping over completely and disappearing into the raging water. Darren's body would be recovered days later, leaving him as one of the 5 victims to fall to this deadly
The last
flood.
thing he did.
Another chilling final photograph comes from an ex-couple who had been partaking on a hiking trip in the Alabama countryside. 18-year-old Jolie Callan and her boyfriend Lauren Bunner had been separated for some time, but the two decided to head out on one last hike as a chance for them to come to terms with the end of their relationship and hopefully start a new and civil friendship. By this time, Jolie had moved on with someone new and was all set to start college, but she wanted to remove any ill feelings with Lauren as she began this new chapter in her life. Together, the pair traveled up the mountains in Chia State Park, where Bunner would chronicle the entire day on his Instagram page. He posted photos of Jolie walking her dog, as well as just taking in the gorgeous scenery around them, with this shot proving to be incredibly stunning, as it shows just how vast the woods were that surrounded them. Bunner would snap this picture before quickly posting it to Instagram as a way to cherish this memory, his last memory with Jolie. Just moments after taking the picture, Bunner would put his phone down and pull out a handgun that he had concealed in his pocket. He would then fire one shot in the back of Jolie's head, before flipping her around and shooting her once more to seal the deal. He then dragged her body to the edge of the cliff that she was seen here looking over, before pushing her off. Bunner was arrested that day after turning himself in, as it was clearly an attack done out of jealous rage, as he took exception to the fact that Jolie was moving on with her life, leaving him in the past. And it's likely that in this very moment, Jolie had no idea the fate that she was about to meet, and the plans that Lauren had for her that afternoon. But of all the final photographs that I've found recently, there's one that I find especially chilling, as it just leaves so much to the imagination. On June 6th, 2020, a group of friends had gathered at Frayant County Park to celebrate 46-year-old Biba Henry's birthday. As night started to fall and the party had begun to die down, Biba and her sister Nicole Smallman decided to stick around the park and continue the celebration, partying into the early morning hours. The two played music, danced, and waved around fairy lights, enjoying the day as if it was their last. And wanting to document the festivities, the ladies would set up one of their phones and begin photographing themselves. The phone was connected to a clicker that the girls would use to snap over 100 pictures, documenting their night in this dark wooded area. The pictures were a little grainy, and many of which were hard to make out, but it seemed as though the two were having a great time, or at least they had been, until this final photograph. It is incredibly blurry and difficult to make anything out, but the context behind it is highly disturbing. Just comparing it to the photograph taken right beforehand, it appears as though both subjects had been posing for a photo, before quickly turning to their left at the same time, almost as if something off camera had caught their attention, and even startled them. You can see Nicole Smallman looking to her left, and the body of Biba Henry turning that way as well. But besides that, nothing else can really be made out, which makes it all the more bizarre once it's revealed that this would be their last photograph, as the two would be found hours later, having suffered over 30 stab wounds, with their bodies being hidden under nearby brush. The two women had been brutally murdered. Following a lengthy investigation, it would eventually be determined that the two had been attacked that morning by 19-year-old Daniel Hassan, and his motive was incredibly bizarre, as he believed that he had made a deal with the devil, who had told him that if he sacrificed 6 people every 6 months, then he would one day win the Powerball jackpot. Daniel truly believed that the only thing standing in the way of him and millions of dollars was the sacrifice of 6 people. And so that's exactly what he tried to do. On the afternoon of Biba Henry's birthday, Daniel had seen their group in the park celebrating, and when the crowd dispersed to just 2 people, he decided it would be the perfect chance to perform his sacrifice. It was this moment, this final photograph, of the two seemingly noticing something on their left, that they would see their killer for the first time, as Daniel had just emerged from the woods, standing just barely out of frame, before he began his attack. In the 1.5 years since this photo was taken, Daniel has since been convicted of both murders, and is set to serve a minimum of 35 years in prison, though I think it's likely that he will remain behind bars for life. And though the story is quite obviously a tragic one, we can at least find some comfort in the fact that Daniel will no longer be able to carry out the remainder of his sacrifices.
Damn.
The internet never ceases to amaze me with its disturbing content, as every day new twisted stories are being uncovered. So if this is a series you would like to see more of, then please let me know. as there truly is so
Creepy bastard. Right, what was that? Was it this one? The Lake Neos incident. Did we watch that one?
The following video is sponsored by Dashlane.
In fact, before we get started, guys, I'm just gonna grab a drink. I'll be right back. we're back. We'll continue.
August 15th, 1984. Night falls on Lake Manaon, a serene, quiet body of water in Cameroon, Africa. Along its shores lies a sleepy road where that night a truck crammed with 12 passengers would follow its twists and turns. As the vehicle passed through a dark wooded area, a dense fog began to emerge from the lake.
He says it's a good scene, doesn't he?
And covering the surrounding area like a blanket. It engulfed the road in an instant, but as far as the driver was concerned, a foggy night by the water was nothing too out of the ordinary as he continued en route to their final destination, a destination that would never be reached. Moments following the emergence of this heavy fog, the engine within the vehicle began to sputter, before shutting down completely and slowing the crippled vehicle to a stop. The driver twisted the ignition over and over again, but nothing. The engine was completely unresponsive. Sitting on the roof of the parked truck were 2 of the 12 passengers, who watched as one by one those inside of the vehicle crawled out to investigate the breakdown. They watched as the group of 10 walked towards the truck's hood, and they watched as one by one they began to collapse, falling to the ground without a single word. In just a moment's time, the entire group of 10 had perished.
What?
As the passengers on the roof looked on in horror, they began to witness the cattle and other livestock shriek in agony before falling to the ground as well. Even the bugs dropped from the sky, as on a night where you would typically hear the sound of a million insects, it instead grew deathly silent. That day, 37 people in total would lose their lives, with hundreds of livestock suffering the same mysterious fate. It was a disaster that happened in an instant, but to most of the outside world, it didn't happen at all. Left baffled, Cameroon authorities had no explanation to this sudden loss of life, leading to the event almost immediately being covered up and blacked out from the rest of the world. And honestly, it may have remained that way forever, had it not been for another event that transpired in an identical manner, with this incident proving to be one of the most shocking in human history.
Honey, you listen
Before
to
we
this.
dive
This
into
is
this
weird.
story, I want to briefly thank today's sponsor, Dashlane, as someone who uses the % off.
Skip the ad.
Scientists were at a loss following the disaster at Lake Manaon, as first-hand reports were few and far between, given that hardly anyone in the area had survived. From what they could gather,
Playing COD.
residents reported hearing a
Very
loud noise
weird.
at some point during the night. The noise had come from the direction of the lake and sounded almost like an explosion, which seemed consistent with the appearance of the vegetation surrounding the water, as trees, grass, and bushes were left completely flattened, almost as if it had been crushed by the force of an explosion. Following the strange noises, fog began to quickly cover the entire area, which was of particular interest, as survivors reported that it appeared different than your typical mist. It had a heavy stench, and even slightly burned the skin of those who stood in its way. And as soon as the fog rolled in, both humans and animals alike began collapsing, and eventually
Same
passing
thing.
away, with the official cause of death for all of the victims being asphyxiation. The fog also seemed to move in an unnatural way as it rolled
Yo,
along
bro,
the
you
ground,
say they're made up.
staying more than
Who
a few
knows?
feet above the surface,
Who knows?
meaning that when the 2 passengers
Tungus
were
Cat
seated on
Aspas,
top
was
of
that
the
made
truck,
up?
they never actually came into physical contact with the mist because it never rose that high. And given that they had survived unscathed, well, it seemed apparent that the mist itself was likely what had caused the deaths. But determining how or why a mist could have killed everything in the surrounding area, well, that was another question entirely.
It's unnatural because it's not normal that everything will just die when a fog grows in.
Theorized that this event was spurred on by volcanic activity, as there was an active volcano field beneath the lake itself, which upon eruption may have released a cloud of toxic fumes into the air. Though upon further testing, it was determined that the volcano was inactive at the time, and no evidence of an eruption was present. This left researchers at a complete loss. If this was not some kind of natural occurrence, then it seemed highly likely that it was instead man-made, and potentially a case of terrorism. As given the sound of an explosion and toxins in the air, it was possible that a chemical weapon was used on the region. But this theory was a hard sell too, as the region was so remote and obscure that one would wonder why anyone would target it, let alone target it with chemical weapons. Given this, scientists couldn't settle on a definite conclusion, and with the team at a crossroads, authorities would conclude their investigation and instead focus their efforts on keeping the incident under wraps, erasing it from history in the hopes that nothing like it would ever happen again. But unfortunately, almost exactly 2 years later, the fog would emerge once more. It happened about 100 kilometers away from Manaus, on a body of water called Lake Nyos. Night had fallen on the evening of August 21st, 1986, when a loud noise was heard coming from the water. Quickly, the lake began to bubble, almost as if it had turned to a boil. Those bubbles then began to pop, leading to a thick mist emerging from the lake, and almost instantly covering the area in a dense fog. Dramatic as the event seemed, virtually no one was aware of what was happening, as the vast majority of nearby villagers were fast asleep, completely unaware of the danger that they were in. By the edge of the lake, a lady named Halima Sully was living with 4 of her daughters, and following the sound of the loud rumble, Halima would be awakened in a state of confusion. The sound was startling, but it would prove to be far from the most frightening thing that she would hear that night, as immediately after being jarred from her sleep, she began to hear a collage of voices echoing from the village around her. It took a moment to decipher what exactly it was, until eventually it hit her. Those sounds were the wailing and the moaning of people emanating from all directions. It was the sound of suffering. As she stood in horror, she would suddenly go completely limp, falling to the floor of her home before passing out. Meanwhile, in a house high atop a cliff overlooking the region, a man named Ephraim Chi would watch the mist roll in and absorb the houses beneath him. In the village below was essentially his entire family, although he didn't think much of the smoke-like mist, as much like Lake Manaus, fog by the water was fairly typical. That night, Chi was feeling particularly ill, and after watching the mist for a while, he decided to go get some sleep. When he awoke the next morning, he was completely unaware that his life had just been changed forever. As Chi started his day by heading down towards the lake, he noticed a peculiar silence in the air. Everything around him was perfectly calm, perfectly still.
Who's that? Just a friend. You've made a new friend. Oh, a friend? Since when have you had other friends? Oh, friend. It's just some guy. Some guy? Oh, he's just some guy. Oh, he's just some guy. That's all it is. Just a friend. Don't forget the thumbs up. Oh, friend. Oh, new friend. Oh, friend. Please be my friend. Oh, friend. Oh, friend. Fuck you lot. Where's the beer?
For children.
Oh, friend. He's banned already, hon.
Is all around them. Bodies littered the ground of the village.
And God, I've banned 3 people on kick so far
tonight.
tonight.
For
3.
survivors, she would discover 31 other members of her family dead within their nearby homes.
Ooh, fake kick.
And the fields around them also laid the family's cattle, of which they had worked years to obtain. Yet, in a matter of one night, all 400 of them had passed as well. That night, Halima had quite literally lost everything.
Just killing all life.
What remained of her family was her. And she wasn't the only one. One man living in the nearby village of Sabum had also heard the loud rumble that night. His name was Joseph Niquain, and after he too was awakened by the blast, he emerged from his bed to check on his daughter. Within his home was a cloud of mist, and through strained eyes he headed towards her room, though he didn't make it far. He described his account by saying, "I could not speak, I became unconscious. I could not open my mouth because then I smelled something terrible. I heard my daughter snoring in a terrible way, very abnormal. When crossing to my daughter's bed, I collapsed and fell. I was there till 9 o'clock in the morning. I was surprised to see that my trousers were red and had stains like honey. I opened the door.
Honey?
I wanted to speak. My breath would not come out. My daughter was already dead. Facing the reality of his deceased daughter, Joseph would try and compose himself as he left his home in search of help, though outside was an even grislier sight. In virtually all the homes that surrounded him were the deceased bodies of his neighbors, some of whom were sprawled across the ground of the village, while others he could see through the windows of their homes, looking as if they had passed away in their sleep. On their skin, and Joseph's as well, were wounds comparable to chemical burns. Surrounding Joseph was nothing but death, as overnight practically the entire village had been wiped out, except for him. And worst of all, he had no idea how or why. In fact, nobody did. But perhaps Joseph's strangest encounter came from the lake itself. As he looked out to the water, he would notice that the lake's signature shade of brown was no more. And instead, that morning, the water ran red. For medical personnel, the sight was shocking. In the villages that the mist reached, survivors like Joseph, Chi, and Halima were few and far between, with those who did remain being left incredibly ill with sores across their bodies. Some had even become paralyzed, losing their ability to move for days and weeks. At Manaon, the medical professionals had found 37 individuals deceased along the water, which accounted for about half of the lake's inhabitants. But things at Nios were instantly much different, as the population was far more dense, and rather than medics finding a few dozen bodies the next day, they instead found hundreds. When it was all said and done, as many as 1,800 people lost their lives that night, with an exact number being unknown, as there were simply too many bodies to count as they moved to quickly bury the dead in a mass grave. Along with this, over 3,000 domesticated animals and livestock were killed as well, with the cause of death for both humans and animals being asphyxiation, and no immediate explanation as to why. In the days following the sudden, unexplained disaster, surviving villagers began speculating that what had happened was some type of punishment passed down from an unruly spirit, referring to the fog as some type of supernatural killer mist. But opinions across the region varied, with some calling into question whether the government had been doing some type of experimentation in the area.
It's got to be.
Potentially testing weapons or chemicals before something went very wrong. With this theory in particular remaining a big talking point for a while, as the two lakes affected
Did things go wrong, or were the tests a success?
And both located in Cameroon. It might also explain why authorities had moved to cover up the Lake Manaon incident. But as for the authorities themselves, they were concerned that this was yet another act of terrorism, as it was almost as if a bomb had been dropped over top of the lake. After all, the sound of an explosion was undisputed, causing many to believe that the region was under attack. Which, in a way, was somewhat true, only this attack wasn't from some outside force, and instead, it was from nature itself. As scientists studied the two lakes at the center of these disasters, they would quickly note that both bodies of water were located on top of the same volcanic field. This volcanic field had been producing a large amount of magma, which in turn created carbon dioxide, or CO2, at an alarming rate. This was noteworthy as a huge amount of CO2 had been detected in the water of both lakes following these disasters, which led to the realization that over many years, that CO2 had been building up at the very bottom of these deep, deep lakes. And given the region's consistent temperatures, that CO2 had essentially stayed put, growing and growing each day.
That's not just CO2, it can't be.
The depths of these waters. Well, that would be until the nights of August 15th, 1984, and August 21st, 1986, when the Earth had shifted, leading to the sudden exodus of centuries' worth of gas buildup. It's unknown for sure what had caused both disturbances, with some theorizing that it could have been something as minor as a small rock slide nearby, or even a cold bout of rain. But whatever its cause, ultimately that carbon dioxide would be released and shoot up out of the water in an instant, soaring over 300 feet in the air. The blast was so severe that it even created a tsunami within the lake, with scientists estimating the wave to be over 60 feet tall, before crashing into the shore, flattening all vegetation in the immediate area, and dying out before it reached any villages. though it wouldn't be the wave that proved to be so deadly, as instead it was the mist it brought up with it, as that fog was made up of almost entirely carbon dioxide, as well as other chemicals brought up from the bottom of the lake. CO2 is unbreathable and far denser than regular air, so as it emerged from both lakes, it stayed very low to the ground and essentially replaced all the oxygen in the area with an unbreathable gas, and the more those villagers tried to breathe it in, the faster it made them suffocate. This is why the truck's engine had stopped at the very beginning, as there was no oxygen to circulate within the engine, rendering combustion within it impossible. And this also explains how the majority of survivors lived in higher elevations, just high enough to avoid the low-lying gas. This theory also accounted for the wounds found on the bodies, as they were likely caused by CO2 poisoning, and the lake's red color the following day, well, that change was a direct result of the high level of CO2 in the water.
Do you get wounds from CO2
The event
though?
sounds so supernatural, so unbelievable, but this theory explained everything and would eventually be universally agreed upon as the cause for both disasters. And ultimately, it would lead to the founding of a new type of natural disaster, which would come to be known as a limnic eruption. With this discovery, scientists have now been able to install pipes in the water that allow these lakes to release their CO2 without any large explosions, making Manaus and Nios seemingly safe from another limnic eruption, at least for now.
Why is it just there it's happened though?
Eruptions like this require a confluence of incredibly precise geological conditions, with scientists only confirming 3 lakes across the entire world that are capable of experiencing such a disaster. Which means that not only are Lake Manaus and Lake Nios now safe from these eruptions, but the world as a whole is as well. Well, not exactly. The problem arises with that third lake, Lake Kivu, a location where, unlike Nios and Manaus, there is yet to be any real progress in degassing it. They've added pipes like the others, but they haven't been nearly as effective. For one simple reason: size. Lake Manaus and Lake Nios are small lakes, with Lake Nios being only about a mile long each way, but Lake Kivu is much, much bigger. And to be exact, in comparison to Lake Nios, Kivu is 2,000 times larger and has roughly 2 million inhabitants living on or around its shores, all of whom could find themselves in the midst of a toxic fog should one of these eruptions occur. And as of now, it seems like only a matter of time. Scientists have discovered that limnic eruptions have been happening at Lake Kivu for a long time, and they seem to happen roughly once every 1,000 years, meaning that it could happen at any moment, especially considering that the last confirmed large-scale eruption seems to have been roughly 5,000 years ago, meaning that the people living around Lake Kivu may be living on borrowed time,
I was gonna say borrowed
with experts
time.
predicting that the event could be even worse than you'd expect, because deep within the lake lies a high level of methane, which, given its flammability, wouldn't just lead to a toxic fog covering the area, but it would lead to fire covering it as well, giving it the possibility of setting miles and miles of land on fire in an instant.
Yeah, but the fire
risk is
wouldn't-
so serious that some have fled the area
wouldn't spread
over
and it'd
fears of an
extinguish
eruption,
if
while
there was
others
no
go
oxygen.
about their daily lives with no clue of the danger that surrounds them, as all it would take is one earthquake or an eruption of a nearby volcano, or even something as minor as a cold bout of rain, to trigger what could easily become the most devastating natural disaster of all time. And with this possibility lurking at any moment, all we can really do at this point is wait. I want to give a massive thank you to the commenter who suggested this video, as well as my gold tier and god tier patrons: Allie Farmer, Barry Winstanley, Bazoo42, Biznacker, Brandon Flores, Karen S., Donovan Aaron, Emily Gray, Game Gamer, Jay Money, Just Allie, Catherine Ross, Lacey, Mark PH, Nathan Backus, Non-Luke Music, Quinn Kiwi, Robert Urbito.
So, that was the Lake Nios incident. Weird. Definitely weird. Right, let's jump over and watch some Show us some slap time. We haven't done slap time for a while. There we go. Creepy sightings. Cool on camera.
How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Slapped Ham. We've got some seriously spooky video clips coming up today, so hit that subscribe button and get ready for more creepy content. Just like this.
Tender County 911, what's the address of your emergency?
I'm driving on 210. I just crossed the Black River and I thought I saw a guy standing on the side of the road bleeding.
You might remember that eerie North Carolina 911 call we covered a few weeks back. The one where a terrified driver claimed something non-human had jumped into the back of his truck.
Really?
What was that, sir?
That's not human! That's not human!
Okay, now.
Are you okay, sir?
There's something in the back of my truck!
Okay, what's in the road?
Well, new footage coming out of the state has people wondering if it could be connected. A TikTok user named Whoa That's Strange recently shared a chilling video taken from a woman's home security cameras.
They said they came home one night, they were turning into their driveway and they saw something in the wood line. So they checked their cameras and this thing showed up on their camera.
The clip shows what appears to be a pale, elongated creature creeping across her backyard in the dead of night.
This thing runs, jumps on this little wall right here, and then runs away into the woods.
According to the uploader, the homeowner spotted movement in the woods near her property and checked her security system.
It's a skinwalker!
To her horror, the creature appeared not only on her backyard camera, but also on another angle from the side of her house, confirming it wasn't a glitch.
And this thing was captured not only on her backyard camera, but on the side yard camera as well.
So what exactly are we seeing?
Fuck is that? It's a skinwalker, that Jay! It's a skinwalker!
Skinwalker? Or could it be the same creature reported in that now infamous Pender County encounter?
It might
It
not
is.
be real.
North Carolina
It might be
mystery
real.
has got a whole lot stranger.
And when you look at the proportions of this thing, it is not a human. I am not
It's a skinny
sure
bastard, I'll give you that.
this thing is. But it really makes me think about that North Carolina 911 call.
TikTok user Misty Nadams recently shared a truly unsettling clip that's been giving viewers chills.
It's a
The
skinwalker.
video, captured on her neighbor's Wise security camera, was posted with the caption, "Caught on my neighbor's Wise camera last night. My son came home seconds
It's a
after
monkey.
this and saw no one. He walked up next to the building. This thing was further into the yard, past the tree."
It's a bloody monkey! It's not the Joker.
The clip quickly went viral, with thousands of comments debating what the mysterious shape could be. Some viewers
The way
believe
it's kind
a
of
shadow
doing that
person,
as it's
a type
running.
of dark apparition often reported in paranormal encounters. Others suggest a camera glitch or lighting illusion, though the movement seems too fluid and deliberate to dismiss easily.
Do you know what I mean? It kind of
Whatever it
bobs
was,
as it
many
goes.
agree. Something strange crossed that yard that night, and it wasn't
That
just a trick
night.
of the light.
It's a monkey or a man dressed as a monkey. Skinwalker!
Hey legends, don't forget to swing by our
Slapped
merch
on
store.
merch.
We've packed it with eerie designs you're gonna love. Grab a tee, hoodie.
Looking through a thermal under white hot.
On the evening of October 6th, 2025, at around 8:30 p.m., a Pennsylvania outdoorsman who goes by the username
Monkey or a man dressed as what it was, wasn't it?
captured a baffling series of UFO sightings that quickly spread across social media.
Okay.
Is it a skinwalker?
That's the moon, and we're just gonna start scanning the
Just made that
sky
moon look like a
because
lemon.
There's a lot of going on, and we're just
media.
Okay. Oh, that's the moon,
Got like a ring around it.
and we're just gonna start
Inverted.
scanning the sky.
Does no one have a ring
because
there?
There's a lot of going
Maybe, I
on
don't know.
that you can't see with the naked eye that I cannot explain. They're not bugs. They're not bats.
According to the poster, who lives in Westmoreland County, it started when he went outside to look for an owl behind his house. But
It's an
what he saw
owl!
instead was something far stranger.
Skinwalker.
Not a satellite. They're all over
Two of them.
the place. Can't see them with the naked eye. No idea what they are.
Three of
Using
them.
a handheld thermal imaging scope, he noticed multiple glowing
Are they
orbs moving
birds?
erratically across the night sky.
Skinwalker. No, they're birds, but because it's on thermal, and because of how far away they are, it's not showing a distinct outline of the bird. It's showing more or less the glow around it, the heat glow.
It's turn.
Birds.
They're not bats.
Birds.
They're everywhere.
In one particularly striking
That's a
moment,
plane.
he captured
That's
a
a
commercial
plane.
flying across the sky. But just beside it, an orb glides smoothly alongside
It's
before
not just
suddenly
beside it.
veering ahead.
It's a lot lower.
I think. But
Superman!
you catch my drift? That's out in front of the plane. And I don't know what it
What's
is.
this?
It's like the plane's
What's this
following
one?
it.
Viewers
That one's
immediately
really
began
suspicious, that
speculating.
one.
Some suggested satellites or Starlink reflections, but others pointed out the sharp turns and sudden shifts in speed.
Because they're
arguing that
birds.
the movements defied satellite or drone
They
behavior.
are birds.
Turn. They're not bats.
There's a dead pixel.
They're
No,
everywhere.
it's a skinwalker.
The
It's
eyewitness
just stood there watching.
insists none of the lights were visible to the naked eye, only
Because
through
it's
the thermal
dark.
scope.
Not a satellite. They're all over.
Listen
the
to
place.
me.
Can't see them with the naked eye.
That is definitely
No
a
idea
bird.
what they are.
You can even
So
see
what
it
exactly did he
flapping.
capture over the skies of
Flapping its
Pennsylvania
bloody
that night?
wings, man.
Satellites, secret military craft, or could it be something truly unidentified? A genuine case of UAPs caught
Yes,
on camera.
it's a fucking pigeon.
But you catch my drift? That's out in front of the plane.
It's not out in front of the plane. It's much closer than the
Yeah, I don't
plane.
know what
It's
it
called
is. It's like
perspective.
the plane's following it.
This eerie post has been circulating online, titled "Ghost Girl Caught on Baby Monitor in an Empty Home." According to the uploader, the image came from his father's close friend, a detective who had rented a vacation home with his wife and young daughter. While away, he began receiving
It's
motion
moving with the
alerts
reflection
from
on
the
the
baby monitor
camera.
app inside the house, specifically from his daughter's room. even
I think
though
it's just the heat
family
glow.
wasn't home. When he opened the app, he
birds.
saw what appeared to be a young girl's face staring directly into the camera.
What kind of young girl is that? She's about 90.
He immediately called the uploader's father, asking him to check the house. The father arrived to find the home completely empty, no intruders, no noises, and nothing out of place. Yet the image remained saved in the baby monitor's motion capture log. The detective reportedly refused to stay there again, cutting his family's trip short and moving out the following week. Even the uploader's dad, described as a skeptic, admitted that the photo was unsettling.
Yeah,
Was
it's
it
a
a case of
freaky looking
pareidolia,
picture.
camera glitching under infrared lighting,
Could be anything.
or something much stranger caught on the baby monitor?
It's a skinwalker.
Whatever it was, it left both men and thousands of Redditors deeply disturbed.
It could be something that just happens to look like it, like pareidolia. It could be a ghost.
The eerie legend of the little girl in red, or red dress girl, remains
Red Riding
one of
Hood.
Taiwan's most unsettling and enduring paranormal mysteries, a story that gripped the nation and inspired decades of horror media. The tale begins in 1998, when a Taiwanese family went hiking in the Dakeng Mountains near Taichung, recording their outing on a home video camera.
Why is he blurred out? Why is that guy blurred out?
Vacation seemed normal until tragedy struck.
You still see his face, the blur's staying still and he moves out of it.
Shortly after the trip, one family member died unexpectedly. Days
Fucking hell.
later, another fell ill and passed away. When the surviving relatives reviewed the vacation footage, they noticed several chilling details. Behind them, walking silently in line with the group, was a small girl in a red dress with a dark, almost shadowed face.
Oh, hello. Huh. You say dark shadowed face, but... they're- yeah.
None of the family
It's a shit
members
camera.
remembered seeing her that day.
Who is she?
Then even more chilling, one of the deceased appeared to have fang-like teeth in the video, despite having
That's-
normal teeth in real life.
Yeah. Yes. Lots of people look like that in bad cameras.
Overcome with fear, the family sent the video to a popular Taiwanese paranormal TV program, Mysterious Appearance and Disappearance. Initially dismissed as a simple curiosity, the clip quickly captivated viewers once it aired. Reports began pouring in from other locals claiming to have seen the same girl in red while hiking in the Dakeng area, many also reporting streaks of bad luck or illness afterward. The show's investigative team visited the forest, interviewing residents, monks, and psychologists. None recognized the girl, though one boy claimed he had once followed her deep into the woods, until she vanished mid-path. The broadcast sparked widespread panic across Taiwan, with people refusing to hike alone in Dakeng for years. But skeptics offered rational explanations. Some said the girl was merely another hiker who happened to pass by unnoticed. The fangs seen in the footage could have been beetle nut staining, common among Taiwanese men, which discoloured parts of their teeth. Others accused the TV producers of editing the clip for ratings, noting that in uncut versions a family member appears to glance back, suggesting they might have noticed the girl during filming. Still, the legend took root. In the decades that followed, the little girl in red became a staple of Taiwanese ghost folklore, symbolising the spirit of the mountains and a warning to those who trespass without respect. Her story later inspired the hit 2015 Taiwanese horror film, which spawned 2 sequels and cemented the red-dressed apparition as a cultural icon of fear.
The music was a bit cheerful though, wasn't it?
Legends never fade, they only evolve.
It's a ghost! Skinwalker!
Coming up in our last segment.
The music was from Banana Cat. I thought it was from the fucking video. So, it's a bit cheerful.
Look at a fascinating haunting from 1834. But before we do, help us out by hitting that like button, leaving some comments and sharing this episode on your socials.
You bastard, Dan. You bastard.
The strange case of the Beelings Bells remains one of England's earliest and most famous alleged poltergeist incidents. Beginning on February 2nd, 1834 and lasting for nearly 2 months, the servants' bells at Beelings House in the quiet Suffolk village of Great Beelings began to ring without cause.
Great Beelings?
Sometimes gently, sometimes with such
I still
violent
live and work in
force that
Suffolk.
witnesses
Where the hell's
feared the
Great
fittings would
Beelings?
tear from the walls. The house belonged to Major Edward Moore, a decorated officer of the East India Company, respected scholar and author on Hindu mythology. Methodical and rational by nature, Moore kept a careful record of the disturbances, including the weather conditions, temperature and barometric readings.
What's their
He found no explanation consistent with the known laws of science. The first strange ringing occurred while Moore was away at church. His servants, a man and a woman, reported that the dining room bell had rung 3 times between 2 and 5 o'clock, despite the pull wires being still. The same pattern occurred the next day, this time with Moore hearing the sound himself. On the 3rd day, the activity escalated dramatically. While Moore was speaking with the servants, all 5 bells on the right side of the kitchen's bellboard, corresponding to the dining room, drawing room, and adjoining bedroom and 2 attic rooms, began to ring in unison. So violently, Moore wrote, that I thought they would disengage themselves from their moorings. The ringing continued at 10 to 15-minute intervals throughout the evening, witnessed by Moore, his son, and the household staff. In the days that followed, the activity became almost routine. The same bells would suddenly peal throughout the day, their movements visible to those standing nearby, while the doorbell, the loudest of all, remained eerily silent. Moore observed one bell striking the ceiling from the force of its movement. Despite the recurring phenomenon, he found that the bell wires showed no tension or vibration that could have caused the sounds. Every possible cause, changes in air pressure, heat expansion, even electrical influence, was meticulously recorded and dismissed. On February 25th, Moore wrote to the Ipswich Journal appealing to the public for scientific insight. The events ceased just as abruptly as they began, ending on March 27th after 54 days of nearly constant disturbances. Moore later published his detailed notes and correspondence in an 1841 book titled Bealing's Bells, an account of the mysterious ringing of bells at Great Bealings, Suffolk in 1834 and in other parts of England. The book not only documented the Bealings events but compiled reports of similar mysterious bell ringings from other towns across England, suggesting a broader pattern of unaccountable occurrences. Moore himself vacillated between skepticism and belief. At one point, he insisted the ringing was by no human agency, but weeks later admitted it was possible the events were a trick, only to revert once more to his conviction that the bells were not rung by any mortal hand. He also ignored the advice of a correspondent who suggested gathering all members of the household in one room to observe whether the phenomenon persisted. This omission would later fuel doubt about the case. Modern interpretations of the Bealings bells divide sharply between paranormal enthusiasts and skeptics. Spiritualists have hailed it as a textbook example of early poltergeist activity, comparing it to later noisy spirit cases of the Victorian era. The skeptical camp, however, sees more earthly causes. Researcher Trevor H. Hall argued that Moore was an unreliable observer, likely deceived by one of his servants.
What do you reckon? Do you reckon it was a prank? Do you reckon it was ghosts?
Cohen speculated that Moore himself orchestrated the
Skinwalker.
ringing as an elaborate satire on credulity and pseudoscience, pointing to his measured literary style and hints of irony in the published text. Whatever the truth, the Bealings Bells affair captured the public imagination in a
Definitely a
period
Skinwalker.
fascinated by the boundaries between
Everything's a
science
Skinwalker.
and the supernatural. Whether a hoax, a prank, or a genuine mystery, the case stands as an early link in Britain's long history of haunted houses, a tale of invisible forces, methodical observation, and the enduring human desire to make sense of the inexplicable.
Now, if you can't get enough of what we do here at Slap then check out these two links here. They'll keep you entertained for hours and hours. Hit that thumbs up button there to help us in the algorithm. It really does help. And that's it for me. I'll see you all next time.
Okay. Does the butler in the attic with the wrench? You reckon the butler in the attic with the wrench? Nah. It was Professor Plum in the billiards room with the candlestick. It was a skinwalker in the crypt with the Ouija board. Scary videos they told you not to watch. Who told us not to watch? Because I'm going to watch them. We're going to watch them.
You're about to see
Do
some
it.
seriously spooky content that's been trending on the internet this week. So hit that subscribe button and get ready for more scary content.
I'm not going to hit the subscribe button. I've already hit it. If I hit it again, I'll unsubscribe. Not doing that.
A bone-chilling TikTok video shared by the user Dark Moose Man has stirred widespread fear as it unravels
Dark
the
Moose
harrowing
Man.
ordeal of an overnight security guard in Mexico. The
Mexico.
footage, captured within the confines of an old school, depicts a lone guard encountering the inexplicable in the dead of night. As the guard is working the shift all alone, he spots something deeply unsettling on the security camera feed.
Deeply. What is going on with the wrists?
It's a strange-looking person trying to get in. However, when the guard went to the front entrance of the school, there was no one to be seen.
But the ads.
All that was left were these eerie images captured by the CCTV system. Viewers have speculated that it might have been someone under the influence of drugs or alcohol, but no one can quite explain the person's long, elongated limbs.
She's a freaky looking bugger, isn't she?
In a chilling video submitted to our Slaptam subreddit by a user who's since deleted their account, viewers are given a glimpse of a haunting shadowy figure lurking near the notorious Hell's Gates Railroad trestle near Lubbock Cemetery in Texas. Take a look.
What's a shadow?
The footage,
That's just a
captured
shadow.
under the eerie cover of twilight, has sparked considerable intrigue and fear among paranormal enthusiasts and skeptics alike.
It's just a shadow.
Hell's Gate's trestle is steeped in local legend, often associated with numerous ghost stories and unexplained occurrences. The lore surrounding this area includes tales of spectral figures wandering near the tracks and sudden, unexplainable chills in the air. According to local legend, the trestle marks a kind of portal or boundary beyond which the spirits of those buried in the nearby Lubbock Cemetery
Out of
are
ads.
said to roam.
You need some wipes on Monday, Jay. Yeah, it's probably by the office,
Chilling
mate.
Stories
I'll sort you
showing
out.
a
Give you a
disturbingly
couple of subs.
distinct figure that appears and vanishes without a trace.
Fine, mate. Don't worry about it. But that is just a shadow. Because there's light. It's just a shadow.
This particular video only deepens
Appreciate me, I'm a legend.
Hell's Gate,
I am.
inviting speculation and investigation into what might be one of Texas's most haunted locations. Whether it serves as a hotspot for paranormal activity or simply a place that stirs the imagination,
There might be paranormal
Hell's
stuff
Gate
there,
continues
but
to be a
that was just a
compelling
shadow.
destination for those chasing the thrill of the unknown.
Taking no bullshit tonight. Ooh,
A wild
that's
video
pretty
is
cool.
currently captivating Instagram users, courtesy of a user known as Mindu Space.
That's awesome.
This footage captures a breathtaking spectacle.
That is quality.
Lightning strikes illuminating an erupting volcano nestled in Achatenango, Guatemala.
Oh, it's an Tango. Yeah. Thought it was. Could tell by the trees.
Lightning bolts repeatedly pierce the volcanic plumes.
That is awesome.
Comments on the post reflect the collective astonishment at witnessing such a rare phenomenon. These awe-inspiring occurrences are termed dirty thunderstorms, owing to the collision of particles within volcanic ash clouds. Another stunning example, shared by Al Jazeera, shows a similar event unfolding in Indonesia.
That's quality.
Volcanic lightning, triggered by moist convection currents and ice production, defies conventional thunderstorm dynamics. Unlike regular thunderstorms, volcanic lightning can occur even in the absence of ice crystals within the ash cloud. Historical accounts dating back to Pliny the Younger's description of Mount Vesuvius's eruption in 79 AD provide early observations of volcanic lightning. Luigi Palmieri furthered these investigations at Mount Vesuvius in the 19th century, noting the frequent presence of lightning during eruptions. The enduring fascination with this natural wonder continues to captivate
I'm like 70 odd.
worldwide. Indeed, experiencing such a phenomenon firsthand would undoubtedly leave a lasting impression.
That's awesome. I'd love to see that.
In a curious tale that's been capturing attention across
Peeper,
social
Jay,
media
they've caught you, mate.
platforms,
They've caught
a
you.
video uploaded by a user named Angel has
The
sparked
Peeper.
intrigue and speculation.
Just
The
up to
footage,
Skinwalker.
initially innocuous, shows a cat perched atop a piece of furniture in Angel's room, its gaze fixed intently on something unseen.
Hello? What are you looking at?
However, there appears to be a face peering through the upper window above the door. Angel says she lives alone and was super unsettled by this incident. Many commenters urged Angel to call the police, fearing an intruder was casing the home for a robbery, or worse. But the strangeness
Definitely
doesn't end
so.
there. The next morning, Angel notices a strange wooden object on her front lawn.
Skinwalker!
So what's to be made of this unsettling incident?
Fake.
Has Angel captured a burglar in action?
Nope.
Or perhaps it's an obsessed peeping Tom. Either way, this eerie footage is hard to forget.
So fake. It was Jay.
A
It was
series of
Jay all
troubling
along.
incidents at a duplex in Hudson, Wisconsin culminated in the unmasking of the alleged perpetrator as a high-ranking corporate executive. Over several nights in March 2022, residents of a duplex on Locust Street reported unsettling appearances of someone peeping through their windows. The situation escalated when surveillance footage captured a man in dark clothing sneaking up to a window and attempting to peer through the blinds, which were shut.
He knows he's leaving footprints, right?
The next night, following further reports of suspicious activity, a resident from the nearby area saw the same individual from the surveillance video lurking just outside the duplex. The footage, which had been circulated among the neighbourhood to raise awareness, showed the man leaving the scene in a Mini Cooper. This vehicle was later found unoccupied in a nearby Wells Fargo bank parking lot. Further investigation linked the car to 49-year-old Robert T. Cecina, the then global key account vice president for 3M.
That's a big company.
When police visited Cecina's home, only a few blocks away from where the incident took place, he matched the description of the individual in the video exactly. Cecina offered an explanation of car trouble and a subsequent phone call with his 3M colleagues in Asia as reasons for his presence near the duplex. However, his alibi was contradicted by discrepancies in his account of his family's activities that evening, leading police to doubt his truthfulness. When asked by police what they did that night, Cecina said the family watched Solo together. His wife, however, said they watched Iron Man 3. Cecina's involvement led to his arrest on March 13, and he was subsequently placed on administrative leave by 3M, with his employment terminated soon after. In court, Cecina entered into a no-contest plea to amended charges of criminal trespass to a dwelling and 2 counts of disorderly conduct, downgraded from an initial felony of stalking. This plea was part of a deferred judgment agreement that might allow him to avoid conviction if he successfully completes a 3-year diversion program. To avoid this plea.
Why is there a couple of 4 random bikers? He's probably a biker as well. Why is there a lot of bikers in the court?
He was part of a deferred judgment
It's all
agreement
about-
that might allow him to avoid conviction if he successfully completes a 3-year diversion program. So what do you think? Did Cecina get off lightly because of his 3M clout? Should he have been charged with stalking?
Next case, I think it's something to do with him.
This peculiar case in the comments down below.
It was part of his initiation to join their little biker club. Strange.
Are orbs
Yeah, you got
really
severance,
spirits
probably.
flittering through the air, or
Probably.
simply just dust particles?
It'd be alright.
A simple mention of them in paranormal circles is likely to start a fierce debate. However, every so often a video comes along that shows something that doesn't quite fit into either explanation. Take this video
You again.
uploaded to our Slaptam subreddit by user infamousparsley1210, for example. It shows the view from a home security camera a little before 8 in the morning. At first, everything seems perfectly normal. However, just over 30 seconds into the clip, something quite strange happens. Take a look. The space is suddenly illuminated by a strange shape. Sometime later, a man enters the room. One keen-eyed viewer noted he seems to have heard something and come to investigate its cause.
He's got a gun on his belt.
He searches the area but appears unable to find
Gotta love
it
America,
in
haven't you?
place. Suddenly,
I got
the
my
same
gun.
shape appears yet again. The man continues searching the area for a few more seconds.
Is that a gun or is that a knife?
However, he soon appears
I think it might be a
disinterested
knife.
and leaves. Several Redditors have attempted to explain the anomaly, One suggested it might be caused by the LEDs in the room. Another thought it was
caused by the
result
TV, I
of
think.
sensor dying in the camera.
Yeah.
Yet another
The bright light
turned to
from the
paranormal
TV is
for
causing it.
answers, suggesting it was a spirit attempting to manifest. This is certainly a very curious piece of footage, but what do you think it actually shows? Was the shape and sudden flash of light caused by a
Could be a
technical
crack.
issue? Or does this video show something a little more mysterious? Love to hear your thoughts on this one in the comments down below. A peculiar video has emerged over on Facebook from a page dubbed OVNIs vs UFOs 2, stirring up a storm of speculation. Captured in Russia, the footage depicts a bizarre display in the night sky.
It's a skinwalker. That's like Northern Lights type stuff, surely.
Anomalous lights streak across the night sky.
There when he walks through it. Yeah, I saw that. It's there regardless. It's issue with the camera and the bright light.
To attribute the
That's what did
phenomenon
it.
to mere optical illusions or perhaps a mundane light show. Conversely, believers in the extraterrestrial may see this as undeniable evidence of
Probably
UFO
correct.
activity gracing the Russian skies. The debate rages on, with opinions divided and no concrete conclusion in sight.
Being followed.
This is a strange and eerie little clip uploaded by
Oh,
user
yeah, I see something.
Ramahajan41. It's after 2 a.m. when a security camera films an unsettling scene. Take a look. The woman appears panicked.
Looks like that
Then
ghost
a
scene in
strange
Ghostbusters.
person
When they
appears
open up the
in
containment
driveway.
center. Containment system? Containment system. Here it is.
It's clear that the woman is being followed, but by who or what? Keen-eyed
Stops.
viewers have noticed that the person appears to materialize out of nowhere.
Does it materialise out of nowhere, or
This
is it
could just
camera
be an
quality?
anomaly caused by the low compression rate of the security camera, but it still leaves the all too real and distressed state of the woman. Whatever way you look at this strange footage, it's eerie.
Yeah, but what happens next? Does it show him walking off? Does it disappear? We need to see what's happening next.
In an intriguing post on Reddit, user ZorgSM shared a captivating story that blurs the lines between memory and the supernatural. The image in question, taken with a simple toy camera that produces black and white prints, appears to show an unexpected figure. According to the poster,
Like
the
a dog.
photograph was snapped by their young nephew during a playful session at the poster's parents' house, where their beloved dog Toto once lived and passed away 7 years ago.
Okay, it does look like a dog.
Time that has elapsed, the family has kept Toto close to their hearts. As they looked over the photos, to their
Yeah.
astonishment,
Eye,
the
eye,
prints
mouth,
seemed to
ear.
distinctly show Toto's familiar
That's the dog.
form. This mysterious
Doggy.
occurrence has left the family puzzled and deeply moved, pondering the possibility that their cherished pet might be still lingering in their old family home. So what do you think? The side-by-side resemblance is uncanny. Has the poster's nephew really captured an image of the family dog, Toto? Let me know what you think about this one in the comments down below. In the realm of urban exploration, Adventures Jassim, better known as the Dark 79 on YouTube, has carved out a niche for himself by
Is it just
delving
me?
into the abandoned properties
Or does it look like a cross between Snoop Dogg and Rio Ferdinand? It's fucking Snoop Ferdinand.
on YouTube has carved out a niche for himself by delving into the abandoned properties scattered throughout the Middle East, with a particular focus on Saudi Arabia. Armed only with his camera, he fearlessly
Off to bed when he got an earlier start tomorrow. Enjoy the videos. Go some hand. Take it easy. You're a legend. I'll catch you on the next one.
بسم الله
Bismillah.
أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق
Bismillah.
Glancing over his channel, there are hundreds of explorations.
Why is there an urn in the middle of the corridor?
Many of which capture some rather chilling encounters.
لا إله إلا الله أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق بسم الله
That
الرحمن
chair moving? It is.
لا إله إلا الله
The chair's moving.
أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق.
Among his many expeditions, one video stands out for its spine-chilling content. In this particular exploration, Jassim finds himself in an old, dilapidated house. As he wanders through the desolate rooms, the atmosphere grows increasingly tense, setting the stage for a truly unsettling encounter. It's when Jassim passes by a clothesline that the inexplicable occurs.
Bismillah. Bismillah.
His camera catches a fleeting glimpse of a ghostly face.
Oh, I've seen that one before.
But when he looks again,
Fake as shit.
there's no one there.
Because it's fake. Bismillah.
As the video
Bismillah.
spreads across the
Bismillah.
internet, speculation runs rampant. Some skeptics dismiss it as a cleverly crafted prank, while
Yep.
others entertain the possibility of a genuine encounter with the supernatural.
Bismillah. Bismillah.
Bismillah. Bismillah. Bismillah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim.
In the quiet streets of Tacoma, Washington, an unusual phenomenon captured on a home security camera sparked both intrigue and
No, I don't think it's something hanging behind. I think it's
the
just
footage shared by Reddit
edited
user
it
Serene
to make it look
Eileen
like there's
Hibbity
something there.
over on our Slaptam subreddit in July of 2023 presents a puzzling scene that remains unexplained to this day. Take a look.
It's bright.
The black and white video from a Ring camera mounted on the front porch of the user's mother shows an odd light emanating from a bush across the street. The light flashes brightly for a moment before completely dissipating.
I was thinking it looks electrical, to be honest. But are these lights
Notably,
going dim
the
when that
footage
brightens up, or
entirely
is that just
silent,
the
adding
camera?
to the mystery, as the light occurrence made no noise whatsoever. An important detail provided by the user, considering the town's
Camera.
strict regulations against fireworks and explosives. The OP's post explains that the light couldn't have been fireworks, and the video was recorded at around 3 AM in the early spring, ruling out typical celebratory causes. Furthermore, the neighbour from whose property the light seems to originate is described as reclusive, having only been seen once or twice by the user's mother ever. This peculiar sighting has prompted numerous responses on the subreddit, with users speculating about the nature of the light, from potential reflections and electrical anomalies to more fanciful explanations involving paranormal activity. However, without further evidence or similar occurrences to compare, the source of the light remains a subject of speculation. There's very little information available on this next video. Uploaded to John Boy's Creepy Content on TikTok, it shows a group of people making their way down a dirt path, when suddenly they notice a rather eerie-looking figure up ahead.
Let's drop down.
As you can see, the figure appears to lift into the air. Unfortunately,
Vampire.
this is where the video ends, and we're left
Skinwalker.
to wonder what on earth the mysterious figure might have been. While this footage certainly shows a perplexing sight, it's
That's how I would
difficult to
approach
make
it.
judgment on what's actually going on simply based on the lack of information. So, as always, we'll throw this one over to you, the viewers, for final judgment. What do you think this perplexing video is actually showing? Let me know in the comments down below.
Why don't you walk up to it? I don't know what his beef is.
Venturing into the eerie depths of
Is this
abandoned
the one where the dog
locations
finds someone under the bed?
Just dust-covered relics of the past.
Might be.
As demonstrated by a recent excursion documented on the YouTube channel.
Our followers have gone down.
Mystery Seekers.
Have they?
The intrepid duo behind the lens embark on a journey to unravel the mysteries shrouding a desolate homestead with a chilling history.
This is a farm, isn't it? Yeah. There was a farmer.
The farm, isn't it?
2 children. The farmer's wife died of cholera.
Legend has it that the once peaceful abode was marred by tragedy when a grief-stricken farmer.
I used to be 500, Jay. I don't know where they've gone.
In the early 1900s.
Probably bot accounts that have been banned right now.
Drove him to a harrowing end, but his despair didn't cease there. In a heart-wrenching act, he allegedly took the lives of his 2 innocent children. As the
I was on like 460 odd last time I looked, I think. I don't know what I'm on now, I can't see it.
Decaying timbers and forgotten relics.
This place is, I think it's older than we think it is, this. It could be. Could be a lot older. What is the Mendip?
Just before they started filming for the night, the pair explain how a kitchen table began to shake, seemingly for no apparent reason.
So we were stood just here, Andy was stood there, I was stood here looking in this, and all of a sudden, this table lifted up and dropped back down again.
Wobbled like that.
Yeah, and like we have had a look at it.
460, is that what I'm on now? Yeah, I've been on that for a while, I think, mate.
Big metal thing off the end.
As they explore the house, moments of unsettling phenomena begin to punctuate their exploration, leaving them on edge.
There's another one here, so I don't know whether we should just look up this one as we're here. What? Can you hear a high-pitched noise?
Jay, I've banned 3 people on Kick tonight. 3.
Later, while exploring,
They're the only people I've had in. I've banned all 3 of them.
Like another person walking around the house.
Right. Was there another? Bloody hell! Was there another room in here? Yeah, I think so.
Hey, an actual follower.
Stop. Is there someone downstairs? I don't know.
Jay, 2 of them were on my starting soon screen. That's why I hadn't even properly started, and 2 of them came in and abandoned.
What y'all wanna do?
Silver! No discuss, man! How's it going, chaps? Here we go. Gotta love a bit of Buster Rhymes, haven't you?
What y'all wanna do? Don't you know we always coming through? Me and my crew. Let me hear you say
And a follow. Cheers, bro. Much appreciated. Jay, do you want to get in and give some shout outs, bro? How's it going, guys? How was Ark Raiders today?
You've made a good friend.
Did you win?
Oh, a friend?
Did Silver get you all killed as usual?
Friends? Oh, friend. It's just some guy. Some guy?
Go
Oh,
on,
he's just some
Silver.
guy. Oh, he's
Tell
just
me
some
honestly,
guy. That's
did
all
you
it
get the
is.
team
Just a
killed?
friend. Don't forget the thumbs up. Oh,
be
friend.
honest.
Oh, new friend.
You normally do.
Friend.
You normally do.
Please be my friend. Oh, friend.
What do you mean? You know what I mean.
You lot. Where's the beer?
You're a bloody liability. Back is killing me carrying Silver for nearly 8 hours. Fucking hell. That's the point. You started early, didn't you? You started like 4 o'clock. Cheers. Bloody hell. Hello, Shiz. Silver get you all. Silver, you know it's true, bro. You know it's true. It's been a long day. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Yo, Alana, cheers for the follow.
You've made a new friend. Oh, a friend?
So, did you get any wins?
Since when have you had
Or
other
was it
friends?
just backbreaking carrying Silver
It's just
all
some
day?
guy. Some guy? Oh, he's just some guy. Oh, he's just some guy. That's all it is.
Oh, was
just a
it?
friend. Don't forget the thumbs up. Oh, friend.
It's just me, it's warm tonight. I am roasting.
Please be my friend.
I've got 2 pieces behind me, like. And a bottle of smart sauce. Nice.
Fuck you lot. Where's the
We got
beer?
out of first sight. Jay, you didn't get in there with the shout outs. Oh, yeah, you did. Nice one. Much appreciated. So, yeah, was the stream good? How did it go? Tonight, we're watching some creepy videos. As you can see, the guy on my screen looks a bit freaked out because they're hearing mad shit. Mad shit. But yeah, so we'll crack on. Thanks for joining. Thanks for the raids. Thanks for the follows. Much appreciated, guys. It was decent, mate. BF Red Sec and some Arc Raiders. BF, is that the BR in battle, the new Battlefield, is it? I've not downloaded the new Battlefield, mate. The last one kind of put me off, to be honest. Yeah, calling me out like that. Just checking, Jay. Just checking, bro. Just checking. Yeah, the last Battlefield, I don't know, it was alright. I remember playing a bit with you, but too futuristic. Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4. They should have left it at that. Battlefield 1 was too olden, too vintage, too basic. 6 is current. Jay, I'm not, you can say what you want, I'm not going to play it. I man, you should play it like it's good. But, yeah, you should get on Arena Breakout Infinite. Oh, that's a good game. That's when you play something good. Right, let's find out what this guy's shitting himself about. Probably another skinwalker. It's always a fucking skinwalker. Oh, we're lurking away. Gonna get some food. Much appreciated, Alana. Thank you very much.
Moments later, the strangest event of the night begins to unfold.
It's the strangest event. Come on. Wood's fallen over.
Come from then.
This shit just got real.
He's out of nowhere.
I mean, that guy's just got a comedy face, hasn't he? Let's be honest.
Scrutinising their footage reveals a perplexing sequence of events. Earlier, at around the 52-minute and 10-second mark, you can see there's no broom at the bottom of the stairs.
Then where is it? What's the point? Where is it? Where's it come from?
Earlier, at 32 minutes and 19 seconds, you can see the broom sitting on the landing.
Boom, 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 boom. So it's fallen from there down.
God, that's low as well, isn't it?
Okay.
The men were filming the entire time, and there's no cuts in the footage. So how does one explain the broom flying to the bottom of the stairs?
Gravity? Just put it out there. He's knocked it.
Come from then.
The strange sequence of events proves too much for the intrepid
He just looked. He just looked at where it was. Watch where his eyes go to. Watch where his eyes go to. This corner. See? He's looking at exactly where it was.
The strange sequence of events proves too much for the intrepid explorer.
I ain't standing for any bullshit tonight, guys. I've got this locked down.
Where it could have come from. Really weird. And there's nobody in here unless somebody's hiding up in this.
No one's hiding. Your mate knocked it.
Which is all a bit odd anyway.
And he realised, which is why he had the awkward
At the end of the episode, they recap
face.
what happened while sitting in the car.
It freaked me out when we first started because that wasn't even on camera. I really wish that had been on camera.
We were just getting prepared.
Yeah, it proper put us about, and then that, and it
You can see
Dude, on the
how
left
baffled
side,
they
you.
really are.
Silver. He looks more like you. I mean, there's no way I've got anywhere near that much grey. You, however, don't call you Silver for fuck all, do we, mate?
I've looked back
You know
at
it.
the footage and I can't see that bush anywhere. No. So I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get why it was there, how it got down the stairs, where it was.
So was someone following them through the house? Or, given
Well,
the
those guys
tragic
has knocked
history
it.
of the property,
It's obvious what's
something
happened.
a little more mysterious at play here.
It's
Let me
called
know what you think
gravity.
about this curious footage in the comments down below.
It was him.
Where did that come from?
About this curious
I'll tell you when he
footage
knocks
in
it.
the comments down below.
There. When he went, that was him knocking it. Or kicking it. Good. Kicking it. It was him. It was him all along. He would have got away with it as well if it wasn't for you pesky kids.
In a spine-chilling post on
We're
Reddit,
back now, is ya?
user Character War 2442, an image reveals a dark figure that seems to defy conventional explanation. This image, taken from the family's home security system, shows
What's going on here? Yeah, it's me. It's me they caught there. It's me.
what looks to be a ghostly or shadowy figure. with one particular
Carrying a sword.
detail. The figure's foot doesn't seem to touch the floor.
Yes, it does.
The backstory provided by the poster adds layers to this ghostly encounter. The user explains that during their teenage years living in their parents' basement, both they and their younger brother experienced unexplained paranormal activities, such as the closet doors opening and closing and unsettling sounds during the night. Initially dismissed as mere house noises or the family's cat's antics, these experiences were largely ignored by their parents.
Hello, puss.
However, years after the siblings moved out, their parents started noticing similar disturbances, including items moving, knocks, and even doors slamming on their own. One evening, their stepfather noticed movement on the security camera and saw this shadowy figure moving across the family room towards the garage. This occurred while he was working in the garage and the rest of the family was elsewhere in the house. This baffling image and the family's subsequent experiences have left both the family and viewers online puzzled. Could this be a lingering presence in the old home? As the family grapples with these strange events, the mystery continues to unfold, inviting speculations and theories about the true nature of the shadowy figure captured on film.
Filth. Lots of filth.
In 2015, a homeowner in San Jose, California, Bikram Singh, discovered that his home had been broken into. Some valuables were stolen and the incident left a haunting impression. Detectives suggested that the family install a home security system to protect from further incidents. Then, on May 8th of that same year, the newly installed security system captured a harrowing break-in. At 10:55 a.m., two unidentified men are seen entering the property. They walk around the back.
The guy in the hood, what is he doing? Look at the way he's walking.
Around the back.
What is that? That's a nice fucking barbecue. Let's be
Into the
honest.
home via an
That's
unlocked
nice.
sliding door. After a brief search of the kitchen, they grab knives from one of the drawers.
Knives. Why are they
One of the
walking
men
like that?
can even be seen disconnecting the phone line.
Strange.
Before long, the intruders hear noises coming from the upper floor of the home. They rush upstairs.
I don't think these two are master criminals.
The homeowner's sister-in-law, mother, and their child have barricaded themselves in the bedroom after hearing the men break into the home.
So that's why they got the knives, so they can attack people. Cowards.
The intruders begin kicking the bedroom door in, attempting to get inside.
Luckily, they disconnected the phone in the kitchen.
The women and child retreat further into the bathroom, once again locking the door. They shout that the police have been called, and this appears to be enough to scare the intruders away.
Off they go.
According to police reports, one of the two suspects involved in the terrifying home invasion surrendered himself to authorities on the following Wednesday morning. Identified as a 17-year-old male, he willingly turned himself in to the San Jose police and underwent questioning by detectives before being placed in custody at the Santa Clara County Juvenile Hall. Fortunately, no injuries were reported during the ordeal. Reflecting on the traumatic experience, homeowner Bikram Singh expressed the lingering shock and distress caused by the invasion, emphasizing the need for security measures to protect against such incidents in the future. High above the bustling
wasn't
skies of
spooky.
New York City, a curious sight caught the attention of Michelle Rees, a passenger peering through her aircraft window near LaGuardia Airport. What she witnessed has sparked a whirlwind of speculation. A mysterious flying cylinder akin to a UFO gliding through the sky. Here's the footage.
That was quick. Can we get that a little bit slower, please? Going up here, go.
In a blink and you'll miss it moment, a peculiar black object with...
What is that? It looks like a coffin.
whizzes by the commercial airliner.
Was that like a smoke or something there?
In a recent interview on News Nation's Banfield, Rees recounted her astonishment and the immediate action she took, reaching out to the Federal Aviation Administration, or FAA, to report the encounter. Yet her plea for clarity remained unanswered, raising concerns about potential safety implications. Joined by UFO investigator Ben Hansen on the show, Rees shared her footage seeking insight into the inexplicable sighting.
This is incredible, honestly, because it took a while just for us to get in touch with Michelle.
Hansen's analysis debunked any notions of fabrication, affirming the authenticity of the video.
We've now started analyzing the video. Find no evidence that she faked this or hoaxed it. I didn't from the beginning, but we had to run it through.
The clarity and distinctiveness of the object, he noted, defies conventional explanation.
You know, the
It's a skinwalker.
You know, data analysis, and it's there. It's very clear.
Rees's social media post garnered further intrigue, with another passenger claimed to have witnessed the same phenomenon. The shared experience only amplified the disquiet surrounding the sighting. Enter Thomas Wertman, Ohio's Mutual UFO Network State Director, who offered his expertise on the matter.
You telling me he's not an alien?
Wertman's observation of the object's proximity to the aircraft and its unconventional characteristics raises red flags. With years of skyward scrutiny under his belt, Wertman emphasized the potential hazard posed by such anomalies, calling for deeper investigation. The implications of this sighting are as vast as the cosmos itself. Could this footage unveil a genuine encounter?
That's New York. That's Statue of Liberty.
Or does it conceal a more earthly explanation? Perhaps some government project? As speculation mounts, the truth remains as elusive as the object hovering over the New York skyline. So what's your take on this strange video? Love to hear your thoughts and theories on this one in the comments down below.
Well, it is a UFO. It's a flying object that's not been identified. So it is a UFO. Is it aliens? Maybe, maybe not.
Charged moment
But it is a UFO.
has captured the hearts of many online. A family's act of saying farewell to their departed mother has turned extraordinary. The incident, shared on Instagram by user RealGBockDeCEO in October 2023, took place during a serene lakeside ceremony intended to spread the ashes of their loved one.
Never do that with a strong wind.
As depicted
Get covered in it.
a family member is seen gently shaking the ashes from an urn into the lake.
That's enough. No.
Remarkably, the ashes appear to cluster on the surface of the water, forming the word love.
Really?
He said something love. L-O-V-E. Oh, my God.
The unexpected phenomenon left family and friends in attendance both astonished and comforted, interpreting it as a poignant message from the beyond.
I can see the L, O, possibly the V. I can't really see the E very clear.
And debates about the possibilities of life after death and the connection that might linger beyond the physical world. While some skeptics may attribute the formation to currents or chance, those who witnessed the event felt a deep personal meaning in the moment.
She's saying something love. L-O-V-E. Oh,
So is this a simple coincidence, or could it be a genuine sign from a loved one? The answers
I mean,
vary, but
it's hard to see from the video, but if that's what it did, that's pretty cool. It says love.
She's saying something love. L-O-V-E. Oh,
This next one is some eerie dashcam footage shared by TikTok user Mythentic. Watch what happens.
Whoa, hello. Where'd he come from?
Out of nowhere, a person appears in the middle of the road. So where did the person come
There's a lot of videos like
Up
this.
ahead, don't swerve seconds prior.
Yeah, because even the bus moves out the way of it.
Just as if this person
Got buses on the right hand side, then you see him swerving back in.
It's this eerie detail that's
That
led
bus
many
there,
viewers to believe
brakes on,
this
goes to the right to swerve it.
camera.
He thinks I can go to the left. Nope, there's someone there, right? They both swerved it.
This next image, seen here uploaded to the Disbelief Paranormal official Facebook page, has been floating around the internet for some time. According to the page, it was captured at a suburban hospital in Chiang Rai in northern Thailand by a ghost hunting team. It's noted that the figures were supposedly not caused by motion blur, as there wasn't anybody in front of the camera at the time. At a quick glance, there appears to be two ghostly figures on the staircase. However, if you take a closer look, there might
Three.
actually be more.
1, 2,
several
3.
perhaps lined up behind
More
the
there.
front too.
I'm seeing at least 3,
This
possibly
photo
4,
is
5.
authentic, then it would have to be one of the best ghost photos ever captured. Unfortunately, as there's little information available on the image at this time, it will have to remain a mystery, at least for the time being. A recent post on our Slaptown community Facebook group has sent shivers down the spines of camping enthusiasts everywhere. Mike Collins, a member of our group, shared a bone-chilling image captured during a camping trip to Edinbridge in Kent, United Kingdom. According to Mike, the photo was snapped around 3 in the morning after his family was abruptly awakened by eerie noises just outside their tent. The image, taken by a family member, reveals a disturbing sight. A tall, ghastly-looking figure amidst the tree branches just above their campsite.
Some random naked dude just climbing a tree.
Attempt to shed more
At
light
night.
on the unnerving encounter.
Nothing unusual there, is there?
Shared an enhanced version of the photo, intensifying the brightness to offer a clearer view of the mysterious entity. The post quickly went viral, reaching over 700,000 people
Strange.
in days. Many viewers were disturbed by the sighting, vowing never to go camping ever again. So what do you think this is? Pareidolia or something a little more sinister?
Just a nocturnal naked tree climber. Welcome back, Jay.
A curious incident at an AT&T store in Midtown Manhattan has sparked intrigue after something strange was captured on the store's security cameras. Take a look at what the security cameras captured.
The video on the phone? Oh, nope. Something moving?
Lewis recounted the incident, which took place during a busy midday, explaining that while he was busy sending texts in a manager's chat about sales updates, he noticed the remote control moving at the corner of his eye. Despite being surrounded by sales staff and customers, no one was near him at the time. The footage, which Lewis secured from the store's security system and recorded it on his phone, appears to show the remote control being pushed without any visible cause. I looked under the table real quick and then immediately told one of the sales reps what I had just seen, but they didn't believe me, Lewis said. He described the movement as if a ghost was trying to play spin the bottle with him, highlighting the unexplained nature of the motion. What do you think's been caught on camera here? Is someone playing a prank on the manager? Love to hear your take in the comments down below.
Is it closed?
A peculiar video has surfaced over on our Slaptam subreddit, posted by a user under the handle Dark Jester Returns. Take a look.
Oh. Wheels spinning.
Out of nowhere, one of the wheelchair's front wheels begins to move, seemingly all on its own. Although the video concludes abruptly, speculation runs rampant in the comments section. Some entertain the notion of a spectral presence animating the wheelchair, adding an eerie layer to an already perplexing scene. Here's a quick and eerie little one shared over on our Slaptam Facebook group by user Ahmed Shah. Captured by a parent, the clip initially depicts a young boy
Is that truck thing gonna move?
innocent play. But soon, the footage takes a turn for the creepy. Out of nowhere, the door flings open and
Truck does move.
topples over. Unfortunately, as is often the case with eerie little clips like this, there's almost no accompanying information, so we can't delve deeper into the incident. So is this just a prank, or are we witnessing something a little more mysterious here? Watch the clip again and make your own mind
So
up.
sick of the noise that kids making banging on pans. Whoa!
Jason Spiegel recently posted this video clip to our Slaptam official community page over on Facebook. It's an excerpt taken from a security camera at his son's newly constructed home, only days after he moved in.
Oh, hello. Seen that one before. Like a fog.
The poster notes
Mist figure.
the property's in a very private area,
Skinwalker.
surrounded by woods, and the nearest public road is more than 1,000 feet away.
1,000
So
whole
what
feet.
would the strange ghostly shape actually be? Let me know your take on this in the comments down below. This next one was sent to us by a viewer named JB. They captured this footage while
Is
at a
that sat on
family
liquid?
gathering after noticing something strange happening on the table. Take a look.
Could be sat on like a film of liquid. You can see that kind of a tag thing on that plant moving as well. So there might be a bit of a breeze.
Moving all on its own. This goes on.
Doesn't work with 7-Up.
While it mimics the movements of a can sitting on condensation, the long duration of movement and lack of moisture make this quite a strange sight.
I mean, it does look dry.
One of the onlookers even shows that there's no strings or wires attached to the can. So what do you think? Spooky can or not a fan? Cast your votes down below.
I don't know. I don't know. What do you reckon? Spooky can or not a fan?
TikTok is buzzing with speculation after a chilling video surfaced shared by user DGP 2021.
Not a fan. Door opens. Yes, we don't need this huge arrow. We can see a door.
Again, the glass door opens, seemingly all on its own. Then a strange-looking apparition drifts by.
Oh, I didn't see that at the bottom. Like a little kid ghost.
The video's viral spread has ignited a fervour of theories, with many pointing to the paranormal as a likely culprit. But what do you think? Is it just a trick of the light? If so, how does the door open all on its own? Love to hear theories on this one in the comments down below. A bizarre and unsettling chain of events has unfolded in Japan, surrounding a man named Meguro who received a series of mysterious and allegedly cursed objects from an acquaintance named Nakano.
Dolls. Fucking dolls.
What began as a request for Meguro to test and document the objects quickly turned into a chilling encounter with the supernatural.
That second doll is weird. The first one's just a bad woodwork project.
Experiences, Meguro sets up a camera to capture the objects.
So they slapped it off a bed.
Expecting nothing out of the ordinary.
Is that an orb? That thing on the left, what is that?
However, as the night progresses, strange occurrences begin to unfold.
Son, fucking head fell off!
One particularly eerie moment captured on film shows one of the allegedly cursed objects, a doll, sitting on a chair. But watch what happens.
Aye. I mean, that is a weird looking doll anyway.
Down anyone's spine hints at the ominous power of the objects in question.
It's a bit strange how it's rocking.
But the true horror comes to light when news breaks of a fire engulfing Nakano's apartment.
It burnt his house
the
down.
Individual who entrusted Meguro with the cursed items in the first place. Images of the charred remains serve as a sobering reminder of the potential consequences of dabbling in the supernatural. This chilling saga serves as a stark warning against the temptation to toy with forces beyond our understanding. As the footage unfolds, it becomes clear that the allure of allegedly cursed objects is not worth the risk of unleashing unforeseen horrors. So what do you think? Is this footage to
That's
be
weird.
believed? Let me know where you land on this one in the comments down below.
That's just weird.
A chilling video has surfaced on Morgan Lambert's TikTok page, leaving viewers baffled and spooked. In the footage, Morgan recounts a perplexing encounter relayed by her husband. He claims to have seen her standing in a corner of their house. The eerie twist? Morgan insists she was on a different floor of the home at the time of recording. Take a look at the strange footage.
It looks like a doll.
Babe? Are you upstairs?
Upon closer examination of the video, a faint figure with its back to the camera looms in the corner of a room.
Its hair doesn't look natural.
This seems to confirm her husband's bizarre sighting. Despite hours of scrutiny, Morgan remains bewildered, unable to unravel the mystery captured on film.
Babe? Are you upstairs?
You upstairs? I don't know, it looked like a dummy to me.
Speculation runs rampant in the comments section, with many proposing the unsettling
There's no legs or anything.
of a doppelganger.
Looks like a wig.
Doppelgangers, often portrayed as eerie doubles or sinister counterparts to individuals, have long fascinated and unsettled the human imagination. The term originates from German folklore, where it refers to a ghostly duplicate of a living person. Across cultures, doppelgangers are often associated with bad omens or impending doom, serving as harbingers of misfortune
Skinwalker!
or even death. In psychology, the phenomenon is sometimes explained as a psychological projection or hallucination, though encounters with doppelgangers continue to perplex and intrigue
I think that's
believers in the supernatural.
just fake.
Whether seen as a mere figment of the imagination or a sign of
Doesn't look like a person.
ominous,
It doesn't look
concept
like a
of
real person.
doppelgangers continues to captivate the human psyche, reminding us of the mysterious and uncanny aspects of existence. The bizarre nature of this incident leaves little room for definitive answers, leaving Morgan and her husband to grapple with the unnerving event in their home. As the online community ponders the inexplicable, one can only hope that the Lambert family can soon return to a semblance of normalcy, free from the shadows of the unknown.
Babe?
Babe,
Are you upstairs?
you upstairs?
This
Right,
next eerie
it's gonna be
video
another fucking doll.
circulating
It's gonna be that,
heavily
innit?
on social media recently, with this version uploaded to Facebook by a page called Wealth.Greatness. The clip shows a little girl playing with some toys.
Haciendo todo. Dos cuchillos amarillos iguales.
When suddenly, something quite eerie happens.
Tengo esta tacita rosita y esta tacita.
The
Cup fell
initial
over.
movement is subtle and not noticed by the girl.
Y esta tacita.
Did it do that? It knocked the cup over?
Soon, she notices what's happening.
Huevo. ¿Sí?
Oh,
She runs screaming for her mum. The girl's reaction seems quite genuine, leaving commenters with two possible scenarios. One, someone's playing a prank on the young girl. Or two, we're seeing some genuine paranormal activity caught on camera.
Huevo. ¿Sí?
poor kid. Oh, up the nose cam.
A few weeks ago, we featured the terrifying encounter that TikToker Dustin Lee Frazier experienced while working the night shift at a local restaurant in the Appalachian Mountains of Tennessee. Here's a little refresher. While chatting to a friend on Snapchat, Dustin was locking up the restaurant for the evening.
And I don't really know why. Like, I have tried.
Oh, who was that?
Like, take
Did you see it?
medicine for it and stuff, but
While walking through one of the back rooms, this happened.
I have tried.
That is creepy.
A mysterious shadowy figure can be seen.
And
Again, doesn't look like a real person, but it's creepy.
have tried to, like, take medicine for it and stuff, but
Dustin didn't hear or see anything out of the ordinary at the time of filming, and still to this day has no way of explaining this strange figure. Well, now, in
Well,
his latest
is that it then?
update on TikTok, Dustin Lee Frazier recounts yet another chilling.
Is that it there? Same thing.
Well, now, in his latest update on TikTok, Dustin Lee Frazier recounts yet another chilling encounter that's left him shaken. It's April 29, 2024, and Dustin is expecting a DoorDash delivery. He hears a knock at the door when this happens.
What was that?
so curly.
You can still hear the knocking in the background.
That is weird.
However, despite capturing the encounter on camera, Dustin remains as puzzled as his viewers.
It will take you. Did you hear that? It will take you. It will take you.
So what's really going on in the Appalachian Mountains? Could this truly be evidence of a
You're not even gonna
presence,
mention that.
or is there a more rational explanation behind Dustin's unsettling experience?
You're not even gonna mention. Listen. It will take you. Doesn't mention it.
In this creepy footage captured on the phone of Redditor Domi Racer, we see something rather creepy playing out at 2 a.m. Take a look.
Skeptical, Jay.
The eerie incident occurred in a store named Bradley's Lock and
The
Key.
door
in
just
Savannah,
moved slightly.
Georgia. As the camera focuses on the door at the rear of the store, it slowly moves.
Okay.
A few seconds later, a mysterious light can be seen to the right of the door. The strange activity continues for some time.
So those locks are shaking after it's slammed, but you think with wind they'd be shaking first before the door would move. Because the door's going to be heavier than those.
A few more seconds pass and another strange light appears.
I can't explain these lights.
The door remains still, then violently opens.
So a black figure go past it then.
Poster, this was enough to make
Just
them
before it
fall
opened, a black
phone
figure.
while screaming like a 5-year-old. Savannah, Georgia, often referred to as America's most haunted city, is steeped in eerie tales and ghost stories
So
that
that.
reflect its deep
Right,
historical
give us a sec,
roots.
Jay. I'm going to have to go to the toilet. I'll be right back. Ah, we're back.
Founded in 1733, Savannah witnessed wars, epidemics, fires, and countless tragedies, all of which have contributed to its haunted reputation. One of the most famous haunted sites in Savannah is the Moon River Brewing Company, housed in the city's oldest hotel building.
I think Ghost Adventures were there.
Staff frequently
Sure they
report
did.
encounters with apparitions, sudden changes in temperature, and unexplained sounds. The upper floors are so notorious for paranormal activity that they're often inaccessible to the public. Another iconic haunted location is the Mercer Williams house, made famous by the book and movie Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. Just behind its elegant facade lies a tale steeped in mystery and tragedy. It was within these walls that Jim Williams, a prominent antiques dealer, resided until his life met a grim end under suspicious circumstances. Rumours swirled about the mansion, whispers of hauntings and restless spirits gracing its halls. Visitors recount chilling encounters from inexplicable cold spots to spectral apparitions wandering the grand rooms. Danny Hansford, the assistant and lover of Jim Williams, was found dead in the Mercer Williams house on May 2nd, 1981. The circumstances surrounding his death are murky and have been the subject of much speculation and controversy. According to Jim Williams' account, he shot Hansford in self-defense during a heated argument. Williams claimed that Hansford was prone to violent outbursts and had threatened him with a gun, leading to a struggle that ended in tragedy. However, others have raised doubts about Williams' version of events, suggesting that the shooting may have been premeditated or motivated by other factors. The case went to trial 4 times, with Williams ultimately being acquitted of murder charges in 1989. Despite the legal proceedings, the true nature of Danny Hansford's death remains uncertain, and the Mercer Williams house continues to be haunted by the spectre of the tragic event. These stories
They were
and
quick
locations
ads.
are just a sampling of what makes Savannah a
It seemed
favorite
quick.
destination for those interested in the paranormal. It seems that Bradley's Lock and Key, the building seen in this video, can now be added to the ever-growing list of places that are said to be haunted in this historic southern city.
That seemed very quick.
In a perplexing image shared by Steve O'Holland over on the Facebook page Disbelief Paranormal Official, a seemingly ordinary photo captures an extraordinary detail.
Really?
The photograph features Steve-O and his wife smiling beside their cat. But it's the background that draws eerie attention.
What?
Visible in the glass of a door to their right is the distinct reflection of a man's face. Steve-O's adamant that the reflection
Looks like he's wearing old-fashioned clothing as well.
missed. He notes that directly opposite the 2 doors is merely a wall under the stairs, eliminating the possibility of a normal reflection. Adding to the mystery, Steve-O mentions that the face in the reflection bears a striking resemblance to his father, who had just recently passed away. This detail lends a personal and potentially supernatural element to the image, suggesting the possibility of a visitation or acknowledgement from the beyond. Skeptics might attribute the image to tricks of light or optical illusions, yet for Steve-O and his wife, the photograph seems to hold a deeper, possibly spiritual significance. While it appears there is indeed a face reflecting off the glass, at this stage no one has a definitive answer as to who or what it is. In a chilling revelation captured on a TikTok video by
Yeah, I like the
Haley.Moore,
shirt and everything, didn't it?
The sanity of a young girl's bedroom is shattered by an inexplicable occurrence. The footage, recorded on an indoor home security camera, unveils a seemingly innocent scene. The child, well past her bedtime,
Stall's idea.
lost in play.
Sure, I'll play with you. Don't let you play, yeah.
But the tranquility swiftly transforms into terror. As the clock
Light?
strikes 11, the child's playful antics take a sinister turn.
Is that light under the bed?
Watch what happens.
The hand gonna come out and grab? Been pulled under.
Watching that again, something seems to light up under the bed.
What you are. So does she see that? Like, because she goes like straight to it.
Eventually, her mother comes running into the room. Naturally, this clip went viral, with viewers demanding to know more. In an update video, the young girl's mother addresses some questions.
People have been asking me, have you been in the room? Have you guys looked under the bed? No, we haven't. We haven't been in the room in the last 2 days. We've been a little scared.
What do you think the kid feels?
Eventually, she films under the bed.
Who's that?
Oh my god.
A discarded
I've got chills.
move all by itself.
Is that a doll? I thought that was a person.
Adding to the macabre mystery, the homeowner's unsettling testimony hints at a history steeped in the supernatural.
Yeah, but I thought that was a person. I didn't think that was a doll. That looked more real than a doll, surely.
The ambience to its proximity to an ancient cemetery.
People that have lived here have had some ghostly encounters. I learned that it was built near, not on, but near a cemetery.
Speculation swirls. Was the girl ensnared by the spectral remnants of a restless soul?
The doll's on this side. You see it there, surely.
These unsettling events.
You see the doll there. It was on the right hand side.
Deal serves as a grim reminder of every parent's
I watched this because this. I thought that was another child.
in the face of the unknown.
I thought that was a person.
A TikTok video capturing a bizarre sequence of events in a Florida backyard.
Could be edited. It could be fake. Could be.
Conspiracy theories.
I didn't get chills though when I watched that.
The video, posted by Alex Charles, shows a man entering a shed on his Airbnb property and seemingly disappearing, only to have an older man emerge days later, sparking claims of a real time traveler caught on camera.
Then the next day, this guy leaves the shed, looks right at the camera like he knows, and he looks noticeably older.
The footage shows a younger man trespassing into the backyard, entering a shed, and never exiting, at least not on camera.
So as you can see, he's wandering around my backyard. I don't know what he's trying to do. He's like thinking like where to go, and he actually ends up going into my shed. So you can see he opens it, goes into the shed. So I'm fast forwarding the time so you can see there's no movement. He never leaves the shed.
Charles, who resides 5 hours away from the property, informs the police.
So I end up calling the police. You can see in the last one, the police coming through the front yard, and then here's the police coming into the backyard. And you can see they literally go inside.
But they reportedly find no evidence of the man inside of the shed.
They come out and he's not there. And like I've been watching this backdoor camera the whole entire time, and he never left.
The plot thickens days later when Charles posts a second video showing an older man emerging from the same shed.
And he looks right at the camera too. That guy left my shed.
Does it look like an older person, the younger guy?
Person only significantly aged, hinting potential time travel.
He noticeably aged. Looks like the same guy, but aged. So him again, and now him.
They've both got big foreheads and glasses.
Whiter hair. He literally left the same shed. You saw the camera I put before it. There was no movement that whole night. Then the next day, this guy leaves the shed.
See this one
right at the
before?
camera like he knows, and he looks noticeably older.
TikToker Maddie Ice Rants, who initially mocked the story, soon finds himself deeply engrossed.
When I first saw this video, I thought it was just fake. I thought it was a joke. I thought it was some sort of skit. So much so that I stitched it with like a silly little I'm a time traveler thing. But I'm convinced that it's the same guy because they have the same walk, the same mannerisms, the same facial structure. I don't know, I think it's pretty close.
A reverse image search of the older man that exited the shed leads to the discovery of one Stephen A. Miller, a deceased Harvard graduate who resembles the individual in the video and was known for his interest in time travel theories.
I'm gonna need to know everything about Stephen A. Miller.
A quick Google of Stephen A. Miller reveals dozens of Quora posts asking about time travel and its feasibility.
Who's got a Quora profile asking questions about time travel?
According to an online obituary, Miller died in July of 2018. But if you follow the rabbit hole deeper, you can find a post over on Facebook by a man named Dominique Ragu. Dominique wishes farewell to his dear departed friend, Stephen A. Miller. Strangely though, the post is dated July 20th, 2017, exactly a year before Stephen reportedly died.
But this one is dated 2017, saying that he died in 2018.
Further digging reveals that Miller had lived not far from the shed in Florida and had delved into metaphysical theories, including consciousness transference, which he discusses on his old website.
But the shed is located in Florida somewhere. I'm not gonna dox the guy. But, Steve also has a previous address of Sarasota, Florida.
Who's that? Just a friend. You've made a new friend.
Oh,
a
Liam,
friend?
welcome to the stream, bro.
Since when have you had other friends? Oh, a friend. It's just some guy. Some guy? Oh, he's just some guy. Oh, he's just some guy. That's all it is. Just a friend. Don't forget the thumbs up. Oh, friend. Oh, new friend. Oh, friend. Please be my friend.
Oh, there we go.
Friend. Oh, friend.
We knew it was only a matter of time. We knew it was coming. Bye-bye.
And I'm sure many writers have it, not just newbies like me, is deciding where to start. My first thought was with the shed.
This parallel has led some to speculate whether the entire incident is an elaborate promotional stunt for King's book. As the story gains traction, even making it onto TMZ, the
He tried to shout him out, Jay. He was on Kick. He was just another guy to do the same shit everyone else does.
However, the narrative abruptly shifts yet again when Matty Ice, previously a proponent of the time travel theory, suddenly dismisses...
Yeah, I've got my alerts for all platforms as well, so they'll come up, but look at the colour of the text, because the colour of the text will tell you what it's followed on.
As I am that this is a case of Florida man caught doing what we call a dead drop.
This sudden change in tone prompts further conspiracy theories amongst his followers, with some suggesting that Matty's been coerced into discrediting his own findings.
Yeah, Jay's on the same browser source from Streamlabs.
One
I
commentator
didn't pay that much attention.
Blink twice if you need help.
And it is interesting that on his Quora profile, one of his followers is a CIA operative.
Amidst these wild theories and speculations, the truth remains elusive. Was this a simple case of mistaken identity, a drug deal, a clever viral hoax? Or could it indeed be a genuine instance of time travel?
Leaves my shed. And he looks right at the camera too. That guy left my shed.
As the debate rages on, the line between reality and fiction continues to blur, leaving more questions than answers in this curious viral mystery.
So when the police came in here, they went right here, they looked around, they didn't see anything. There's nowhere else that he could have gone. He came from this way, right here. So he walked around the side here, went to the shed there, and then the guy left coming out of here that way.
Strange one.
A peculiar video surfaced on Instagram recently, courtesy of the account The Confessionals Podcast.
It's a jellyfish!
The footage, captured in India, shows a truly bizarre scene. Something odd can be seen in the sky. The video has sparked a fervent discussion, with viewers speculating on the nature of the strange phenomenon. Many are drawn to its uniqueness, a departure from the typical fare of purported UFO sightings circulating online. As the debate rages on, one question looms large. Does this footage offer genuine evidence of extraterrestrial activity, or are we just seeing some classic CGI trickery? Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments down below.
Could be some really bad CGI.
Thank you so much for watching.
Could be some really bad CGI, that one.
Here at Slapped Ham, then consider following these two links right there. Leave us some feedback in the comments section down below. Smash that thumbs up button. And that's it for me. I'll see you all next time.
What the actual feck? Right, Jay, I'm going to call it a night there, mate. Thanks for hanging out. God, I'm warm. But yeah, I'm getting tired. I'm going to end it there. But I'll be back Tuesday for some Arena Breakout Infinite. And then back next Friday for some more games. So until then, ta-ta.